Holy shit. Sorry. Is everybody still here? Oh my god. Fucking OBS getting just fucking stupid like it does. Jesus. So, hi everybody. Yeah, maybe louder. Oh, wow, yeah, I did turn that up. Shit, I don't remember. Oh, yeah, it was at -2. All right, so that should be about where we should be. I hope. Let me know, like, right now. Are we good, or am I still too loud? Because I shuffled a lot of stuff, and now it looks like it's hitting red line. Hold on, I took a picture of my settings here like a month ago. Oh, I'm not trying to blast out anybody's ears. Here it is. What was that at? Of course, there's something over top, but that was right. That's right about where it was. It's a bit loud. It's good. It's kind of good. The audio level's good, kind of good. I'll turn this to 2.6. We'll call that good. Holy shit, Web Devi, thank you for gifting 20 memberships. We'll see if this works, because I just tried to fix it. Actually, about a half hour ago. Well, it's kind of working. But hey, I appreciate that. Welcome and welcome back. And anyway, holy shit. Welcome to the stream. If you joined late and you actually stayed, check the live indicator to make sure you're here on time. It's not a scruff screen unless there's something going wrong. Anyway, we had the early crew in here as usual. Gasmaster Joe Russ Phil in the kitchen and Franco Walker. Had a bunch of other people showing up early, but now I can't tell because everything went to hell. And that's kind of what we do. That's getting closer to working. So we'll fidget with it. Why can't I hear it? I should actually be able to hear that. Can you hear the stream elements? Monitor and output off. Monitor and output. That should be output only right there, but I don't hear it. Like everything's good. Let me change this because I shouldn't have to monitor myself. Monitor only, monitor off. All right, and we're still working. All right. We're going to go with that. You can hear the sounds. All right, good. Jesus. Notification button that doesn't notify me. Well, it notified you of a lot of silence. Sorry about that, folks. That's pretty annoying. All right. Everything looks like we're working. So, let's go ahead. Do our first toast to software engineers who actually do their job correctly. And I don't mean just work as usual. I mean, like, you know, when something's on version 30 and I know it's free. Anyway, cheers to good software engineers, wherever they may be. What's up, HVACR North? How's it going? Graham Shaw, Famaz here. Olish Menon, what's up? AKA no one. Hi. Hello. What happened? If for some reason it's switched over to this microphone on the other camera, which is blocked right now. It's like the backup camera for if I do a StreamYard thing. The weird thing is, when I started OBS, it was working. So I don't know why it did that. No idea. Just OBS doing its thing. Is the green screen filter on? Yes, it is. I can see the little fucking... Hold on. I can see that right there. That is the green. I'm really good at not turning the green screen on and off. Filters. I'll tell you, folks, we'll get this shit right 100% through one day. There we go. Oh, yeah, now you can actually see the mouse computer. All right. So we did a toast. Yeah, why don't we go ahead and do that? Oh. Yellow. Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, that's funny. Katrina just reminded me as well that we need to sanitize everybody because Clive's not here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Yep. All right. Appreciate you calling in early. Uh-huh. All right. All right, bye. Cheers, everybody. We'll get to that sanitization in a minute. In about an hour-ish, we'll do Pussies and Pianos, where we have two songs. Two? Yeah, two from Rob today. One new and one old. And we also have new cat dishes. I did finally get around to ordering the cat dishes. And they came, I guess while we're sitting here talking about it, they came with more stickers. Which means I now need to start stickering my new laptop because I haven't done that yet. But they came with a little sticker. Oop, horrible way to hold it. They're cool little dishes. I'll show them to you when we start the fooding. Cat B. I didn't know they had that one. Cat with ice cream. What's up, Ed? Ed Bird, thank you for 20 gifts to the member. Yeah, Gaggle a Goofballs thing that's kind of working now. Feel free to try and break it, obviously, but you know. That looks like Maru. Just a long time ago, Maru. Anyway. My nerves are just shot today, and that whole thing did not help. At least the music worked. So at least it wasn't total silence. That's why I just flipped it back on so people weren't just joining going. All right. Guess we'll do a VertoThermoWhoofle here shortly. I scratch my head. Where are we today? Like, wow. All right. Catching up. Let's see what's going on with you for. Oh, right. Sanitization. Then I'll see what's going on with y'all. Scroll back and chat and see what's going on. Oh. OBS is a right bitch sometimes. Yeah. All right. Prepare for sanitization. Here we go. You know, as much as I love that smell, it does get to be a little much if you fill the room with it. Which, I mean, obviously it's destroy. You know, what does that do? It destroys anything organic. All right, cheers. Yeah. I don't quite get that membership thing. If you get what do you mean, like what it is? If you want to know what it is, that's just, you get access to like forklift repair videos as I get them going. Names a little different in chat, stuff like that. See videos a lot sooner than everybody else, and only certain videos get released. Besides that, that's just the pop-up. If you mean the pop-up itself, that's just something I have set up that sometimes works. I had a technical difficulty screen. I still have it. It actually came. It was set to auto punch, like if the camera failed. But we hadn't had any real problems in so long. I got rid of it a couple months ago, but maybe I should reintroduce the hold on, everything's broken fucking screen, or innovate it, as it were. All right, what's going on up here? Let's scroll up. Phone, new cat. I should leave it. You should leave that there. It will make conversation about the interstellar rip in space time back there behind you. Oh, right. With the green screen. Yeah, I always could turn that back on after the Sunday stream. That means the entire Lego stream was in green screen. How did we not notice that? I guess there's not a lot of green pieces on that. Yeah, actually, there's a green button. All right, we're doing the Johnny 5 Lego thing on Wednesday. That's part of, well, that's my weed. That. is like, it kind of looks like a foot. Almost, somebody said it looks like Mega Maid, kind of. Did Clive stop the Sunday streams, Mr. Hack for Never? He stopped on YouTube because there was a possible conflict with doing crazy stuff on live streams. Would get his YouTube channel shut down because if one has a problem, all your channels have a problem. Like they will shut them all down. So then he switched to Twitch. So he's over on Twitch under, BigClive.com. But this month, for the next, month, 4 or 5 weeks or so, he's at the tattoo at the Royal Edinburgh in Glasgow working, and Saturday nights are obviously a big night for any show. So he is unable to do live streams. So last year I started filling in for him, which led to the whole just doing a show after him, and then now we're just back to filling in for him. And he is aware, and I have the setup ready. If he has time, he can pop on his cell phone, pop in the chat, let us know he's here, and he can come say hi to us via StreamYard. So I have everything pre-set up. If he has time, he said maybe he'll pop in, say hi. We can do a little dual screen thing here like we've done before with Clive. But we'll see how that goes. I used to work in theater, so I know that Saturday nights are stacked, generally. Even on a good night, there's a lot to do. Whew. Let's see. What's up, Chippy? How are you? How's my girl? Your mom's going on. Who's your mom? Mom? Who? What? Oh. Rob can smell the ozone. That's good. Let's see. Manin. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. I apologize. I have been repairing a diesel generator this week. Runs on waste vegetable oil as fuel. Nice. Make sure your rubber hoses are synthetic. It's a single cylinder Yanmar. Yanmar is an excellent engine. Had to overhaul the injection pump, time it, solder a brush holder, and some other wire breaks. Had to reverse engineer the generator side since none of the schematics were online. Now I have free energy. Absolutely. That is great. I almost did that to my old diesel truck, converted it to run on vegetable oil. Just kind of never got around to it. But yeah, just in case I don't, for anybody else that's thinking about it, one of the things you have to be careful with that is you can't run standard rubber hoses if you're going to convert your diesel to run on waste oil or any kind of like vegetable oil, because it'll just soften it right up and you'll have tons of leaks and it'll contaminate it. Just make sure you have newer synthetic, basically get fuel injection line, because any roll of fuel injection line you get now should be synthetic. And also handles, good pressure. That way you just make sure your hoses and your rubbers are all good to go. What's up, Atkalar? Yeah, Chippy just posted Clive's Twitch stream. What's up, Chicago Ted? Ren Ex Machina. Hey, Clive will be doing a load in for the lighting at the tattoo. Don't start for a while. Yeah, it's all set up now. Everything's good with Chippy's girl. Well, with Chippy's mom, my girl, David, who suffered David Garcia, I suffered 2 strokes a couple days ago. If anybody wants to keep me in their prayers, like keep an eye on David Garcia. Keep his thoughts around. So, good thoughts to David Garcia, man. Sorry to hear about that shit. Ali drives a Mercedes T1 410D from 1994 with a mix of engine oil and vegetable oil. Very good. What's up, DJ Bones? Vegetable oil isn't the problem. It's when you make, it's the chemical in it. When you make the chemical biodiesel or mix it with press. It's when you do that. I thought it was the oil itself, but no, that's okay. Thank you for that clarification. Always appreciate. I'm not one of those people that likes to spread false knowledge, as it were. But thank you for the clarification. But yes, absolutely. Just make sure you use synthetic fuel lines. Pretty much on anything nowadays, because there's so much added cramping everything. Who knows what's going to happen? Especially if you start going to gas stations with flex fuel, because I'm pretty sure that messes with rubber hoses too. Also, run diesel in the engine before storing it for a long time, as polymerization of the vegetable oil takes place in the fuel system when it sits for a long time. All right, another good tip. You get the glycerin if you don't convert the oil correctly. You get the glycerin, you get the hose. I don't want to come off as an ass and a know-it-all prick, but I do admin a couple of biodiesel groups. Oh, no shit. All right, cool. I used to be I don't even know if they're still around. What the hell was I used to be a what would you call it? A prominent member of God, what was that diesel forum I used to be on all the time? Big fucking diesel forum. Diesel. It was 2 words, something diesel or diesel something. That's when after I got into that, that's when I started doing research into biodiesel. I had a 97 6.5 Detroit and a Chevy K2500 HD that I did a bunch. I basically did everything you could do to it: computer, turn the turbo up, intercooler, injectors, intake, marine intake manifold, basically everything you could do, but drop the raise the compressor and try again. Rob's diesel is a common rail TD4, so you can't convert it to oil. Yeah, I don't think common rails can do that. I'm pretty sure you need the regular pressure of a poppet valve. Polymerization happens from oxidation. It's only a problem if there is a leak, so oxygen into the system. I had some cups of veg oil sitting around for 4 years on a shelf. The uncovered ones became jelly. Yeah, you can find that a lot when, like, oh, I don't know, someone lives in a space for many years and doesn't give a fuck about cleaning anything, and you go to pick up an old vegetable oil thing, and it is fucking, it looks like fucking Slimer stopped by. And yeah, like, it will get fucking nasty when it sits out. Nice to hear Scrufdog pronounces diesel properly. But do other people say like diesel or something like that? I don't know. I've actually heard. I don't know. I think I've heard someone say diesel, but I always say diesel, not diesel. Decel. Well, you got to watch decel. That would be DECEL if you're going to decelerate. I use the Z, diesel. Because diesels aren't definitely not known for decelerating. They're most popularly known amongst people that know about accelerating when they start using their own engine oil as fucking fuel. It's always fun. Their rear's got it. A herd of gazelles frolicking through the plains of the savannah, leaving their black smoke everywhere behind them. Notice the small 2 cycles following behind. One day they will grow up. Oh yeah, it's we're a couple seconds away from VertoThermoWhoofle time. I should probably put VertoThermoWhoofle juice in the VertoThermoWhoofle. I was running a little behind. Like, I was exhausted today, so I kind of laid down. Set an alarm. So I only had an hour to get ready, and my microphone still derped. I'll have to figure out what that is. I've been having an issue since I changed to something the other day. That might be part of the problem. But maybe now that I've found the issues, it'll stop being a derp. But anyway, let's see. Oh, well, let me turn the thermometer on so I don't get yelled at. There we go. And switch to... Actually, no, let's try a different one. That's a little different. All right, we'll try that one. All right, VertoThermoWhoofle time. Let's see what this one does. Oh, probably grab the correct lighter. Ugh. And whoop. Not bad. A little more contrast, I feel. Whoop. Number 3. And whoop, whoop, the up close. Boosh. That one doesn't seem as stroby as some of the other ones are. It's not bad. It's a little dark, but it gives a pretty good contrast. And Freddy got a little warm, not quite as warm as he normally would. The wild, yeah, it is kind of like an Aurora Borealis going wild. How much did the thermal camera cost? This is a Infrared P2 Pro. Yeah, my hands are cold. This, I got it right after, a bunch of the YouTubers got them and like showed that they were good. It was, I think I got it on sale for like $230, and I think it's still around $230. Hey, wait, let me try something. I'm gonna touch my head. I'm a spider. Oh, yeah, look at that. Not quite enough to see fingerprints. All right. Oh. Freddy is getting his finger feet warmed. Yeah, basically, that's just his little fingers. I'm gonna flip it back. Hang on. E.T. Yeah, it is kind of E.T.-ish. Yeah, thermal cameras are fun. And that's a Type C. You plug it right into the Android, and then there's an app for it from Infrared. Last I checked, Infrared did not have a Windows program for it, but if you go to what is it, Top Don, like Donnie, you know what I mean? Top Don has a camera that uses the same internal sensor, and I'm using their software for the P2 Pro because it runs on Windows. Something I figured out like derping around. Because when they first came out, there was a big wave of cameras that suddenly all had 256 by 192 resolution at 25 hertz refresh all at once. So obviously, I was like, okay, well, this is all using the same sensor somewhere. With those, the camera is about $230 dollars, but when they all come out, obviously they're all using the same exact sensor because there wasn't time yet for clones. So I just went to every one that had that until I found one that had Windows, and it works just fine as I figured it would. So their app also doesn't work on Android with these P2 Pros. Yeah, their app's okay. I go between that one and the Top Dom app as well, because apparently Top Dom and Infrared, like the early ones, there was, I don't know if there are now, but apparently they weren't doing any kind of hardware ID signatures to differentiate themselves. So they just kind of work universally across the way for the most part. Ollie's has a 5 hertz refresh rate. That's kind of what the standard was until these came out. I mean, for most people, 5 hertz is fine, but for $200, and I don't know that it's quite 25 hertz. I guess that depends on how much data it's processing. I'm guessing it's up to 25 hertz, but obviously it's pretty smooth. There's my drink. So, I mean, it is, I would say it's not quite 25, but it's definitely at least probably 15, if not more. Is that Mr. A Cake? They used to cap it to prevent people from making heat-seeking weapons. Yeah, it was capped by says Vera. Yeah, it was capped by the DoD. Sorry, Department of Defense, because yeah, they thought that like if that little camera was too good that we were going to use it to like blow stuff up. It's whatever. They're so dumb. Like then that whole DJI ban that now they're pushing back on because over 60,000 law enforcement agencies in the United States, so basically all of them, if you think about it, got with Congress and emailed or even contacted their congressman or whatever, whoever's representing them, said, don't do this. DJI has features that nobody else has, and like they all other ones suck. So now they're doing a different provision that's probably going to not specify DJI stuff, but other stuff. But either way, hopefully I can get out for a flight in the next couple weeks and live stream that. At what time is Pussies and Pianos? About 35. It'll be probably somewhere around 5:15. So the next quarter past the hour, I guess you'd say. Yeah, they're worried we're going to drop anti-tank mines with the DJIs, and then China's going to suddenly take over all DJIs at once, and like they're all just going to like blow everything up, or they're going to sell us all their secrets, or we're going to, I don't know, you know what I mean. Same reason commercial GPS receivers shut down above a certain speed and or altitude. Yeah, I mean that's not a bad way to do it, because it's not like this thermal camera is going to, be suddenly going Mach, 3 or 4 on my phone in my pocket. Admiral Rascal's Congress is full of ancient old fogies that only understand how to run from dinosaurs. That's pretty much it. For some reason, the only reason we don't have an age limit on Congress is because the old fucks would literally, like, we'd have to reset Congress because they're all old fucks for the most part. Obviously, not all of them, but most of them are just a bunch of old fucks that give themselves a raise every year and run a country based on views from fucking 50, 60 years ago. But we keep putting them in there for some dumb fucking reason. What am I drinking? That's one of those Dole smoothie fucking pre-packed 8-ounce things with blueberry, blackberry, raspberry, bananas, and strawberries, and then I fill the rest up with fresh orange juice. Well, fresh orange juice, and then blend the shit out of it. Commercial ones have been spotted in Russian aircraft. What's that? The drones? Well, yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter how many, if that's what you mean, then yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter how many restrictions, embargoes, fucking blockades, like, they're gonna get their hands on them. Just gonna make it, just means they're gonna have to go through 1 or 2 more people. Like, there's limitations they put on other countries, really only add extra steps. Commercial ones. Oh, the commercial ones have been spotted in Russian aircraft. The GPS units, you mean? Gotcha, Vera. Who knows? I mean, Russia, like, Russia, China, like and I'm sure us too as well, they actively hire or contract hackers to get in the shit. So I'm sure they just hacked the firmware and did what they want with it. From what I understand, apparently there's some DJIs that can get custom firmware or whatever, but I'm like, okay. Like, I don't see any reason why I'm going to let somebody else put their shit on there, and I'm going to trust them when I know what's on there when something like that works. It's a little different, if you want to tweak a graphics card or, like, fucking what I used to do and, flash every phone to some custom ROM. This isn't mission life critical. If that thing falls from the sky because of a firmware glitch, it could actually kill someone. You know, direct hit and all, but it's still a possibility. What's up, Lockwatcher? Forgot to start it early. Yeah, that's all right. Did you bring enough pancakes for everybody this time? Pretty sure we talked about that. Take a right in 300 meters. Yeah, it says very. With your Garmin's like, please take a right in 400 meters. Kind of shit. Meanwhile, you're doing fucking like Mach 0.8. Oh yeah, let me just kind of zip it around the corner here. What's up, Mr. A Cake? Sorry, had family hanging about. What were you, like, drying their skins or something? I mean, that's cool. I mean, if you want, I can give you tips on that. Oh, we have to age cap our Supreme Court judges, says Horvath. Yeah, that, and, you know, put a certain limit on how much corruption they're allowed to have. Like a certain gentleman who fucking corrupted his way right into it and then just went wild. Can't wait to see how nothing happens to him. It's great how government officials nowadays can just openly violate the law, like walk outside and just be like, I mean, like fucking Donald douchebag fucking said he could walk down Fifth Avenue, shoot someone, fucking kill him, nothing would happen to him. He's fucking right. He's got money. He's in government. Ain't nothing gonna fucking happen to him. Anyway, did Naked Gun release? There's another Naked Gun? What? It's kind of hard to do with Leslie Nielsen not being around. I don't know that I would want to watch another Naked Gun. If that's what you're talking about, Jacques d'Arc. Ooh. Look at Pelosi. She's old enough to remember dinosaurs. Her husband used to run the dinosaur door cranes with Fred. They're just too old. Oh, that's right. It was a Liam Neeson run. That's right. I don't know. Maybe I'll watch it in the mind frame that it's not police or, you know, that it's not that and that it's a different movie. Kind of like if you watch Doom, the movie that came out in what, the 90 whatevers with, or 2000s with The Rock in it. Like, it's a good movie as long as you watch it not thinking that you're watching a movie about Doom, because it had nothing to fucking do with the video game. But it wasn't a bad movie. Just didn't have anything to do with the video game. Kind of like Transformers. Like Transformers 1, I called it Tino. Transformers in name only. Like, it had nothing to, it was fucking dumb. Anyway, Police Squad, yep, sorry. But so I may watch it just in the mind frame that it's not Police Squad, it's just a comedy police thing, I guess. I like Carl Urban in the Doom movie, says Steve. Yeah, Carl Urban's a great actor. Like, that's when I saw the Doom movie, I saw him, I'm like, this guy's fucking good, but I'd never seen him before. Now he's in all kinds of stuff. Well, he's in The Boys, whatever the hell that thing is, superhero prime series. I don't know. All I know about it is apparently one of the season finales, the fucking smiley guy shot a load, like a superhero load, that they literally said they ran out of fucking fake spooge for. I don't know. Carl Urban, yeah, he was like the new Judge Dredd. That wasn't too bad. You watch The Boys, Asmo? I feel like I want to watch that. Maybe once I get the media server sorted back out, we'll look into that. I mean, I guess I could just watch it on Amazon Prime too, since I figured out how to stream that. Yeah, maybe we'll try that the next Friday. Try watching that. Carl Arby. Well, I don't know that we're talking about roast beef sandwiches here, Mr. A Cake. Don't know. They needed to pick Liam Neeson because it sounds like Leslie Nielsen. Well, yeah. Liam Neeson is Leslie Nielsen. Nielsen is Liam Neeson. Actually, yeah, you probably run that back and forth a little bit. I know I still have not watched Nobody. It's on the list. I have to fix something that never got sorted out because of a Windows bug, but that bug has since been sorted. I just haven't gotten around to it, to fixing it yet. What did he make the fake spooge out of? Vanilla frosting? Ask Admiral Rascals. I could find out. I mean, vanilla frosting, some mayonnaise, a little bit of water, maybe some glycerin, all mixed into a big giant blender. CrowdStrike. No, not that bug. This was the VPN bug from a couple months ago. Well, what Microsoft said was a bug when suddenly nobody's VPN worked. I don't think it was a bug. I consider that a mass feature test. I really feel like it wasn't a bug in their software. I feel like they purposely are testing something for future usage to block VPN users. And apparently it was successful. Well, yeah, Windows is the bug, yeah. It's the entire bug. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they don't use real splooge there, Mr. A Cake. That would be horrible. Just getting it together. Yeah. Throw down your hands and put your guns up. There you go. He also did a good job as Bones in the... Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Steve Adler's. Carl Urban was also Bones in the new... I like the new... I've only seen, what, 2 of them? I don't know if there... how many there are. But the first 2 were good that I saw. Features are cool, especially if it shuts down your entire organization. Yeah. Windows and Windows updates is like, I really don't understand. Like, I kind of understand it, I guess I should say, like, as I'm talking it out here. With most Linux distributions, you boot up, not only can you choose, say, okay, start checking for updates. Like, I think mine's set for 20 minutes. Let me be on for 20 minutes, then go ahead and check for updates and, start downloading stuff in the background. Like, why Windows doesn't allow you to pick a amount of time? Because as Clive and other people have said, you don't turn your computer on to sit and wait for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or to go through a fucking reboot cycle to finally get to what you're trying to do. You want to get the computer on and get to working. So why Windows doesn't allow that delay? I mean, I know they can say check periodically, but still that periodic check is as soon as you turn on the computer. It's kind of just dumb. Vera, having my alarm turned off by a random update and oversleeping is amazing / sarcasm. Yeah, I had that happen with my alarm this week. Rob still uses Windows 7 on another drive on this PC. There's stuff on it that won't run on the later Windows OSs. Yeah, that's we have at work. We even have a couple. We have I think we have one Windows 95 laptop and a Windows 7 laptop to cover software that nobody ever bothered updating, but there's still these trucks running around. Atkalar is fighting with Ubuntu servers not to take auto updates. I thought that was relatively easy. I mean, what I was saying before, I guess I kind of get with Windows. I kind of get why they do updates as soon as you turn it on, because it's so fucking insecure that you need to fix it. You need to put that Band-Aid on as soon as you turn it on, whereas Linux is much more secure. Not the ultra secure, Actually, people go after that. And yes, Frankie, Windows 95. We have that one, and if I'm not mistaken, the Windows 7 one, I believe that can dual boot into Windows 2000. but I don't know if it still does. I have a Windows 2000 laptop downstairs. That old Sony, I don't know if it would even boot at this point. But that's anything I have. Everything else is either Windows 10 or 11. Well, like here, everything else. No, this is Windows. Everything else in the house is either Chromebook or Linux. Or Raspberry Pi, which is, Linux anyway. Admiral Rascals has 2 Windows XP, a Windows 7, and a Windows 10 machine. And I generally, if you include these two, I regularly use, almost 4 laptops or 4 computers a day, because these two, and then the Chromebook in the living room and the Chromebook in the bedroom. The server's always on. The Raspberry Pi's always on. That's Spaz sneezing. I feel like there's another computer somewhere in here running. Yeah, like I feel like I may have somehow created that, the classic movie, like the computer in the basement that's in the corner, that's behind a locked door in a closet under a fucking box, that's like, running Windows 3.1 that all the hackers find because it's still on a phone line. I feel like there's one of them in here somewhere. Like, who knows? Was it XP Black? Why do I feel like I remember XP Black? Time for iOS. I own an iPad. It's a 2-generation old iPad that was given to me when the company I worked for got bought by Eastern. And then I have the work phone and the work iPad. Like the current one. The current work iPad is on lockdown. The phones are like unlocked. And besides that, I don't really do much for Apple. I feel like there was some black edition or something black, because that was right around the time, like with XP, because that was right around the time everything was the black edition. That's when I got my 720 black edition from AMD, and that was like the catchphrase for a few months. Everything had to be the black edition. Not that you still don't see that too much, but it still happens every once in a while. Let me get the last dink off of this. I had Windows ME on something for like a second. You didn't miss it yet, 404. Isn't a local account only available on Windows Pro? Asks Sharky. I'm not sure. Microsoft is doing, it's weird how they're fighting to keep people from using local accounts, but obviously couldn't they just flick the switch and turn the shit off? But I guess it's so heavily integrated that they really don't like people using local accounts. And my one downstairs still uses a local account. And it is constantly reminding me that of all the benefits I'd get if I would just log in. I'm like, calm the fuck down. And actually, you might see that on we may have a bonus live stream this week, because after running it for 9 years and cleaning it once 8 years ago, the laptop finally overheated last night in the middle of movie night and shut itself down. I rebooted it and the fans were going like hair dryers, so I guess it's finally time to take it apart again and clean it. Probably repaste both of the graphics cards and the processor, because it has 2 GTX 980Ms in it. So I may do that on live stream, just a clean and repaste of it and see how she does on temperatures. And I guess make sure the fans work too. But it sure sounded like they were working just fine. Yeah, the local account I have downstairs, it's on the laptop. That's Windows 10. That might be why it's still easy to deal with it, because I don't think they're going to bother putting that much work into Windows 10. Am I drinking toad juice? No, not today. That's Monday. Ah, yeah. XP never failed. It's why missile silos still use it. XP was a pretty stout operating system. Like it was around for a little while. It kind of did all right. I never really had too much problems with XP, even though I did kind of derp around with different editions of it. But I think one of the things about XP, it was so easy to set up, at least for me, that I didn't mind, like, I'm going to try this one for a couple weeks and just flash a different version, or, well, install a different version, try this different version. Like, I was doing that shit all the time. Using minimal backup and all that. Like, I really enjoyed XP. It was, like, I would say the best operating systems I have used, well, I'm sorry, the best Windows operating systems would be Windows XP, Windows 7, and I'm actually impressed for the gaming aspect of how Windows 11 handles a 40 series card differently from a 30 series with the GPU boost. I'm pretty impressed with the gaming performance of Windows 11 when you turn on the GPU acceleration, when it uses the CPU to help boost GPU performance. So yeah, XP 7 and 11, not bad for gaming. Everything else is whatever. Just that's why I'm on other operating systems for pretty much everything else. Yeah, for Windows 11 currently it still works. Yeah, the Shift F10 and yeah, there was something you typed in there before you deleted it. But yeah, there is a way for Windows 11. I just did it when I built Jeremy's computer, what, a month and a half ago or something. I did that. There you go. Shift F10, OOBE, bypass, and RO. Yeah, that's what I used to get in there. Gramshaw, Windows 8 was terrible, really terrible. Windows 8 was horrible. Windows 8.1 fixed Windows 8 as best it could. But Windows 8 was still better than fucking Windows Vista. That's all I'm going to be like, good God. Windows Vista was just an absolute nightmare. Luckily, I never opened a computer with that. Like, I remember at some point when Vista was out, I would considered buying a new computer until I realized it came with Vista, and I went, oh, wait. So I waited for that crap to get out of here. Windows 2000 was pretty good, too. I never really had a whole lot of problem with Windows 2000. The Window Vista. Franco's on Windows 7. Yeah, the laptop downstairs came with Windows 7. Then I installed 8. Then I installed 7. And then when 8.1 came out, I waited for it to stabilize for like 6 months, and then I upgraded to Windows 8.1. And that was fine. And then at Windows 10, the license, I guess the licenses carry through or whatever nowadays. All right. Katrina Brace, my first computer was Windows 95, then Red Hat 5. I dabbled in Red Hat way back in the day. My first computer was Windows 95, the 486 DX66. I'm pretty sure that machine actually probably had Red Hat on it at some point. That's when I would run, I go between Ubuntu, Red Hat, or some other distro back then. That was just like one of the more popular Linux ones in the mid to late 90s. I used to run with every once in a while. Like, I enjoy just different operating systems. Ubuntu came a lot later than Red Hat. Okay, yeah, I forget what it was. What? I can't remember all of them. Like, But I know there was Red Hat and there was another one that was real big. Ah, yeah, top of the hour toast. Oh. Here we go. Toast to everybody hanging out. Appreciate it. Having a good night. It's chill. It's a little early. That's all right. And hope everyone's having a good weekend this weekend. So cheers to being a groovy. Mm. Mm. I have Gentoo installed on my Xbox. So that's Gentoo X. Suze or Susie. I used that. That was the other one I used a lot. I did mess with Debian a bit. I believe the other one was a variation of Debian. But yeah, Gentoo and Gentoo X was good. I use DSL on a lot of really old machines and not dick sucking lips. Damn small Linux. I don't even know that. Oh, Happy Little Fox is here. Did not see that scroll by, but I'm running my mouth. Been outside with the cats. Is your cat orange? That would be good. I got grown at for calling Sus. What is it, like Suesi, or is it Susi or Sus? Like, can someone phonetically pronounce how you pronounce that variation of Linux? I haven't used Slackware. Paul Slutin. I think someone else said that somewhere. Katrina. I don't remember ever using Suse? Suse. Okay. Susan. So is it, so it's not Susie, it's Suse? If that's the case, I will do my best. Swing your pants. I'm not wearing pants. I'm wearing shorts. The cat is not orange. It is a gray tabby. Oh, that's cool. Good kitty. Good kitty. Yes, I've heard it. Susie or Susie. All right, I'll just go with whatever sounds good. Knickers. Knickers is not a regular part of my vocabulary. Seashells by the seashore. She sells seashells by the seashore. That's a little off. Anyway. So yeah, Windows versions, newer ones not bad, the older ones not bad. Same, I don't know. I don't know why my brain is just broke today. Like, I got pretty good sleep. What's up, Delta Mike? Okay. Moist panties. Moist panties. That's, may want to get an umbrella. That may help with that situation. Chipmunk still has a DSL live CD from the early 2000s. I probably have a burned one in that CD book. But all my, most of my Linux installs, actually, no, I guess I would have done them on CD. Actually, no, I think, yeah, actually, I'm pretty sure I do have a Susie Linux CD in that book. Sorry about that. Let's see, about 10 more minutes, and then we'll do Pussies and Piano. Any orange stuff? Nothing really new. This is orangish, reddish orange. That's my weed grinder. Yeah, here's some orange. We just got this to do eventually. From the Lego movie. Like, there's some orange. If you've seen the Lego movie, This is Benny's. This is a spaceship. We'll be starting that eventually on the channel, but that is in the lineup that came in this week. Woo! Everything just got crazy on the scrolly bar. Phew. Horrorvac, I'm not wearing anything either. After the shower today, it was just too warm to bother putting clothes on. Fair enough. As long as, I guess as long as you don't, you're clean enough to sit wherever you're sitting. Phew. There's a woman with batteries for sale in the park. She sells sea cells by the seesaw. Nice. Susie is based in Nuremberg, if I recall, says Paul Slutman. No idea. Oh yeah, still gotta install the new razors on my stream thing. Forgot about that. Sorry, just total random, because now I'm itchy. Okay, let's see here. See, so space stuff we can touch on real quick. Where are my pants? Great show. If you've never seen Where's My Pants, you should definitely look that up. What, a couple weeks ago, SpaceX had an anomaly on their Stage 2 rocket for space, for Starlink satellites. They had a clamp that holds an oxygen feed line come loose, or well, a feed line for sensor, for a sensor come loose, crack, leaked oxygen, went to reignite, blew up. So they sorted that out, and now they are back to flying, today, I believe, today or yesterday. So they're back to doing that. Everything's good there. Starliner still is a death trap, floating in space as they keep testing, and now they think that the sealant, the Teflon tape that they used for sealant between parts, is swelling due to the heat and causing a restriction, which is causing more heat to build up, and then these thrusters are randomly shutting down. So if that is the case, then all the thrusters are going to possibly be affected by this. So you should not send humans home in this, because that means there's the possibility for every thruster to fail, especially when it's fighting and getting everything straightened and ready in the atmosphere. Bunch of boneheads. Yeah, a loose clamp that happens at 20 launches. Yeah, I mean, they're pushing these things. Well, with the second stage, you get one launch out of the second stage. I wonder, maybe that guy just forgot to tighten the bolt. I don't know. But what they're going to do is, they said they're just going to eliminate that sensor, which Elon loves to do that shit. I mean, I guess after, over 350 launches, you're probably pretty good, especially if that was just a redundant sensor or something that, if this sensor always does one thing when this sensor does another thing, that means you can kind of get rid of one of them. So maybe that was one that they were thinking about, and now they're just going to get rid of it and keep on keeping on. They shouldn't have gotten tape from Harbor Freight, says C2S. Yeah, apparently they, yeah, that'd be so fucking funny if it comes out, well, it's the same vendor that a popular company, Harbor Freight, uses. Like, yeah, it kind of makes sense. Happy little fox. A hippo can run faster than a man on land. I knew that. Swim faster than a man on land. So bicycle is the best way to beat a hippo in a triathlon. That would make sense, because then you can go faster than on the road. Wait, what's the tri part of a triathlon? I always forget, is it walking, swimming, running, or is it running, swimming, running thing. I mean, that is a good point when you think about it, though. Benji does drop some pretty awesome words of wisdom into the chat. Don't trust the thrusters, they're gonna kill you. Don't trust the thrusters, what a death trap. Cycle, that's it, cycling. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yes, you must walk fast, but not run. Yeah, cycle, okay. Well, how the hell is a hippo gonna ride a bike in the first place? You gotta figure that's a whole other thing that you would have to design a bike that a hippo, which, I mean, I guess it's got enough articulation in its legs that it would be able to do a pedal, but I don't really know, does it? I think that would be the biggest thing to consider in a rhino triathlon. Jettison the Boeing ship into the atmosphere is his farmer. I'm not necessarily saying they should just destroy it. Like, by all means, if they want to attempt to get it home, go for it. I just don't want to have any fucking humans in it. Like, if they want to get it back down here and it's successful, great. Look at it, take it back, figure out what the fuck's going on, and try the fuck again. And then we'll see what happens. But, like, I don't necessarily think they should destroy it. I mean, I think the whole program should be stopped. But if they can learn something from it, I mean, at this point, they kind of are being forced into a position to learn something because everybody's watching everything Boeing does. Have I seen Fantasia? You mean the Mickey Mouse thing? Like many years ago? A four-wheel, it would have to be like a four-wheel bike, but the biggest thing there is how will it create propulsion? I mean, I guess you could do like a squeezy thing with those giant motherfucking like big jaws or something that honk 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 that would kind of move it along the road. You don't think a hippo could balance on a bike? I mean, if you've seen what rides motorcycles, if you've seen some of what rides some of the motorcycles in America, you'd probably reconsider that statement. Yeah, there's sometimes you're really not sure if that's a motorcycle, or like someone with a roller skate up their ass because you don't really see a whole lot sometimes. What's up, Leon? How's your weekend going? T2S, if an elephant can ride a unicycle, they should have no problem on a bicycle. Fair enough. Can we get this going? Gonna need better tires. Gonna need a lot better tire. Well, I guess at that point you would just go with a solid tire. I don't even know if you would go foam filled. You'd probably have to do solid rubber. If you don't know, like a lot of industrial tires, not anything on the street you'll necessarily, but like forklifts, industrial shit that's off-road, a lot of times it will be foam filled tires as opposed to air, because if you're in an environment where you pick up a nail every day, yeah, you're not going to spend $10,000 for a tire every day, so you get foam filled tires. Just means you lose the air suspension. Like in most forklifts, the only suspension you have is the air that's in the tires. Like that's pretty much it. And the seat. Like, well, most of them you can get suspension that's built into the seat, so the forklift's bouncing around, but you're just kind of like, okay, you're just kind of floating around a little bit. But it is almost time for Pussies and Pianos. Let's get that lined up there. Ooh, why is that? Let's move that down here, put that over there, do that. All right, let's hit this button over here. All right, and like I said, when I get out there, I'll turn up one of the plates. You can see that you'll be able to see the different colors. That's the only difference on the ones is the color of the little accent thing. But Let's go ahead. Rob, if you want to let everybody know what you got going on here. First one is if, why, and maybe. And then we have the improv from March 16th, which I hope wasn't one of the copyright ones, but I guess it doesn't really matter. So it'll be a double feature for Rob this evening. So I will push play, make sure it's actually freaking working, and then we shall feed the kitties. So here we go. All right, that's good. Let's back up and go. And that was Pianoman Rob. Thank you for sending us music to listen to. Always a very nice, very talented. I don't know what that was. Very nice. As you, there's Ronnie. Okay. Yeah, it seems like the cat bowls are a success. They're not. There's not food everywhere. It's actually staying in the bowls. So that seems to have worked. It actually works out nice. I won't have to vacuum every 5 seconds now. And yeah, is that her second or third plate that she is now eating off of? Let's see, the focus is drifting. So annoying when it does that. So watch your eyes. I'm going to lock the focus. But to lock the focus, I have to turn it off auto and then it goes completely dark. So hold on. That's better. Full food in the bowl with cats. Yeah, it's like when I was looking at the listing on Amazon, I was looking really hard. I got the pictures. Like, is that 90 degrees up or is it like 60 degrees? Like at the cut up, on the rim of the bowl. And I finally got a good enough thing to see it's about 85. And I went, that's good. We don't need 90. 85 is good. Still lets them get their snout in like she's doing right there. I wouldn't be surprised if she's just trying to eat it anyway. She has to bite everything, especially if she doesn't know what it is. She just bites it. Like a lot of times she'll bite it before she sniffs it if she doesn't know what it is. Yeah, that's good. There's just so much less cat food on the floor and gravy and. Like there's like a couple spots in there where apparently gravy soaked in a little much, and it's like, ugh. But I shampoo the carpets like once a year. Especially after last year. Jesus, I shampooed the carpets like 4 or 5. Like, actually, see, the living room I had to do like 4 times and got most of the crap out of it. The bedroom I did 5 or 6 times over a period of, a week? Just to get all that shit out of there. God, people are disgusting. Yes, Vera, the cats are licking the pussy, as it were. The catception. There goes Spaz downstairs. And you look at this focus again here. Let's adjust it a little deeper. There we go. Where is that? 133. All right, I'll remember that. That's not a bad focus point. 133. Phew. Tarmac the house. Yeah, you know what? I really would love to tarmac my yard. I hate dealing with cutting it and all that shit. So I have the lawnmower set to like super, super, super short grass. If I go any lower, I'm just stirring the dirt. Um, so it doesn't really like to grow much because I let it get real tall. And then I just slammed it all the way down to like way, 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 way too short. So suddenly there's a giant root system and nothing to support it. So everything just started dying off pretty well. Worked pretty good. And then I mulch it instead of bag it so that all the old clippings lay on top. And since it's so short, the mulchings and the clippings on top block even more of the sun from reaching the grass itself. So I'm just letting it go to hell. Like 1 year I decided to see what I could do and really like go at the lawn use like a little bit of light fertilizers, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and it came out really good. Like even my neighbors were like, man, that lawn looks good. I was like, hey man, I appreciate it. I'm just kind of trying something. And nah, I just don't care. I just like, yeah, it works. Okay, if I need to make it pretty, I can, but I don't do anything with it. It gets used by the cats outside more than it does me for the most part. Nah, she is hitting everything. Is that? There's still little niblets in there. Well, whatever. Waiting to see if she turns around just to double check. Ow. I guess not. Make sure the bowl is bigger than the widest part of the whiskers, cats. Yeah, that's why I got their 6-inch bowls, which is basically about the same size as their whiskers. And that's why I got a low rim thing as well to do my best to help with that. Right, well, I guess instead of just staring at the lump of Lee, as it were, I guess if she does any backflips or anything, I'll let you know. Alright. We'll get kitty landmines everywhere if they have sand on the floor. Ooh, yeah. Don't want a lot of sand on the floor. If you don't like to mow, get Roundup. I do have Roundup. I actually ran the perimeter and a bunch of shit with it. I have been very tempted to just accidentally spray the entire lawn with Roundup. Problem with that is then, like, there needs to be a little bit of grass to hold the thing to hold the soil together and to absorb just enough of the water so that my sump pump, which still needs to get changed a year after it failed, still running on backup a year later, while the new one's sitting right there. But Lee likes to, well, Poofers, she likes to like sit on it and sleep on it, so I kind of don't want to move the box now. You know how that goes. I do actually need to get to that soon. Guess I'll try to get to it before the next hurricane hits. Yeah, I don't use much Roundup. I use it right now. I just use it on the weeds. Because it's really good at liquefying. Like what it does, it's stuff you spray on there. It's dye, something or other, whatever that like destroys organic stuff. You spray it on the leaves, it soaks in, it gets down to the roots, and it turns the roots into jello. It's really weird. But everything else around it stays fine, so doesn't seem like it's that bad. I don't know. Like if it attacks just those roots and all the grass around it's fine. I'm all right with that, I guess. I do have something of a leaky basement. Well, one, my ground level is 16 feet, and I'm a quarter mile each side, basically, around water. So the sump pump runs about every 20, 30 minutes. If it's raining out, it'll run every 15, 20 minutes. There's French drains installed all around. And I think the one in the back wall may be cracked because the outside foundation for the outside stairwell, there's a crack in the foundation there, and the water's been pushing up through it, whereas before it never did. So, I actually have some sitting right next to the sump pump is a bunch of hydraulic cement, the stuff you just pour in and water sorts itself out. That's what they kind of recommend for like dumping into leaks. I got some of that, and I have some waterproof expanding foam to try and just plug that hole in the foundation, and then hopefully it'll stay in the French drain, and if not, then I'll see where the next place starts to leak, and we'll just start knocking leaks out until I either give up and call someone, or we fix enough of them that it fucking just stays under the goddamn house. I can buy special pants if I have a leaky basement. Oh, well, yeah, I'm sure I could. I'm sure I could. It's a cinder block foundation. Well, I mean, everything around down and downstairs is cinder block, and it's just dirt right up to it. So, yeah, I haven't checked on the sinkhole in a while. It doesn't look like it's getting any bigger yet. High water table where I am. Yeah, everyone around here has at least one sump pump. I have, one with a backup. I'm considering putting one in the garage. Just to help pump out more water and maybe help. I'm going to put it close to where the leak is coming in, but in the garage, like put it in the corner close to that to hope maybe drain that section of the underyard, whatever, that also help keep everything dry. Outrageous Otis. Good evening. I remember when you could buy sodium chlorate. What is sodium chlorate? That sounds, why does that sound splody? There, Electron Box. Craig Matthews, what's going on? Sorry I'm late. Dropping in briefly to say hi, but the laptop decides to expire at the worst possible time, so I will have to go fight it. Ah, that was loud. Yeah, I was fighting my laptop last night a little bit. We got kitty pictures from Electron Box. That's a good picture. Kind of Caymans. Can you rotate this? Size. Not really. Alright, well, we'll roll with it. Let's see. Bottom capture. Is there a zoom? Oh, yeah, that'll work. Alright, so here's one picture from Electron Box. Keycat. Oh, whoop. Ah, what? Hold on. That's the other picture. So that was the picture. Kitty in flowers. Oh. And then we have Stretchy Kitty. With the beans. Giving them the beans. See how close can we get to them beans. The beans. Beanie beanie. High five, y'all. There we go. Thank you, Electron Box. Always enjoy the kitty pictures. Meow. We're there, we are there. Give it the beans. Beans are good. Deadly beans. Chlorine, pesticide, sodium chlorate. You thought that was a bleach? No. I don't think that's sodium chloride is a bleach. Kitty toe beans have a deadly secret at the claws. Give them the claws. They're Admiral. Yep, they do have quite sharp claws. There's a shit ton of scratchers in the house now. I'm actually getting ready to add another one because they really like that cardboard L. If you watch the video where I did all the cat stuff, they really like the cardboard L, so I bought another one. I need to set up, figure out where to put it. I was thinking of putting it near the kitchen, but that means every time I walk into the kitchen, I'm going to be taking shreddings with me, so probably not the kitchen. But I may stick it over actually by that other speaker. That may work as well. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll get another one and put that upstairs as well. The Murder Mittens. Yeah, I love that one. Sodium chlorate is a banned weed killer. Ah, okay. I don't know what this stuff, I forget. I don't know if anyone said it. It's some, the stuff that we get here is it does some chemical reaction that apparently strips something of an oxygen atom, and when it does it, it creates another of itself somehow, so it just propagates rapidly through organic material and just fucking wrecks it. Thought it was something with a DI in it. I forget. I actually looked into it. Apparently, actually, Chubby Emu did a video on it of some guy that drank some of it, and it went through and it killed him. Weed killer. Ingredients. Let's see if I can find something here. Oxidizing agents, something like that. I don't want. Oh my god. Let me do this. Let's find out. Because my brain is going to just punch me in the head until I figure it out. So let me go to HomeDepot.com. Let's type in weed killer. I mean, you don't necessarily have to follow along. I mean, if you really want to, that's cool. This would be the red bottle of Roundup. Weed and grass killer. Is this the stuff? It'll be like a very, very, very tiny amount of the ingredients. I know there's ingredients in here somewhere. Do. Specifications. Primary active ingredient, salt. No, it's not a salt. Oh, I'll have to look that up. Try to figure that out. Because I know the stuff I have has it. Apparently it's pretty toxic shit. Which makes it just awesome. It's like, yes, by all means, please give me the toxic shit. It's going to kill plants, but apparently this is good at selectively killing them if I just spray it on the leaves and it destroys the roots. Non-organic. Trifluorin isoaxipin. No, I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of something else and getting two things confused, but oh well. Yeah, they have 20. Yeah, apparently because of this, they had to limit the amount of this stuff you put in it because of people drinking their shit. Which, I mean, honestly, if you're dumb enough to drink fucking weed killer, then by all means, full strength, go for it, because you're a fucking waste of oxygen anyway. Some of the dandelion weed killer is iron based. I feel like I've heard of that. Piranhas in the bleach. No, Mr. A Cake, I do not believe they are bleach piranhas. That would be making laundry very interesting, though. But I feel like, would you have to feed them or anything? Like when you weren't using them? Is it dicampa? That might be what it was. Garbled user found it at the same time I did. Dicampa. Yeah, I think it's dicampa. Or it's diphenylmercury dicentyl-succulent. No, I think that's something else. It's a big ass word though. I think it may be the dicampa that I was thinking of. Alright. Just spray with apple vinegar or apple cider vinegar, and weeds and grass are dead. Yeah, I've heard about that boink. I've tried that here. It kind of works. some of the weeds don't really care, which is interesting. What's up, little Jim? It has been a moment. Hey, buddy, I'm back again. Hope you've been all right. I've been doing pretty good. How have you been doing? I was thinking about that. I think it was about a week ago. I was like, I haven't seen him in a while. I was wondering if you were doing groovy or not. Electron box. So I learned that glyphosate, I'm probably butchering an easy word, can only be sold at a certain strength before a license is needed in the UK. However, the public can buy the concentrate, meaning you can create a very powerful mix. Yeah, there's cypermethrin is one of those things that you can only sell limited amounts of to the public here. It's a one of those instant bug destroyer things. One of it's basically meant you spray it and it just destroys their nervous system. Bugs. Cypermethrin. Well, you can only buy it in certain concentrations, or you can buy the concentrated mix, which is what I do, and just double dose it and just wreck the shit out of them if there's a bad infestation or something. But yeah, I love when they do that. Oh, you can only buy it at this concentration, or just buy the concentrate. So, so I can only buy it at 0.5% concentrate, or I can buy it at 100%. Yeah, let me think about that one. That's I don't understand that. Paraquat is the scariest weed killer. Check out the chubby emu. Paraquat. I wonder if that's kind of what one of the ones I was thinking about. Admiral Rascals. I think there's a couple that work similarly. Bleach pussies, not the cats. Well, I mean, as long as it's clean, you know. Garwood user has about 30 gallons of dicampa. Wow, don't get thirsty. Extractions and Ire has a great video going through a box of old weed killers and why they are banned and how they work, says Vera. Extractions and Ire. I will try to remember that. I have to look into that. That is interesting, where like some of that shit was really fucked up. But I mean, everything we use, we find out 10 years later that it's fucking horrible. So I mean, it's an endless cycle, as it were. Work with Mother Nature, not against her. I try to work with her. Try to. I do my best. I let the spiders stay. They get like, you know, it's like a 2 or 3 strike policy depending on how big they are. Of like, you stay in your space, I stay in my space. But if they keep coming into my space, then they ain't got their space anymore because then they got to go. Then I'll do my best to get them outside. But if it's a surprise, like kind of thing, then that's just how that's got to be. But I do try to get them outside if they do annoy me too much. Ooh. Ow. My favorite pesticide is Jack, my big wolf spider, says Lock Watcher. And let's see, we in here have, I don't think there's any wolf spider. Well, yeah, sorry. There's no visible wolf spiders in the house. There's a couple little ones upstairs, like just little house spiders, like, I guess they're the little spindly ones. Yeah, all over that microphone. But there's not many in here. I think part of that is Lee's fault. Or well, Poofer's. She is an excellent and a merciless hunter. Like when she sees flies flying around, she doesn't swat at them. She just stares at them and then she just bites them out of the air. And like, she is good. She is really quick and she is good at just biting them out of the air when they're just like all over the place. Would love to somehow get a video of that, but it usually happens so quickly you don't even have the time to even think about it. Because you're like, hey, there's a fly. All right, never mind. I need to get out and get on a hammock. Like I guess this is just as a pre-warning. Um, Once we're through August and the temperatures start to come back down, I'm probably going to take a weekend off of streaming and just go sit in the woods. Maybe do like a little stream from there, but maybe not. Like I may take a weekend off in like September just to have a breather and get some stuff done, get some good relax going on. I mean, we have been going at this point for about a year. Um, I don't remember when the first filler stream was, but it's been about a year. You can't necessarily go by episode count because the live after Clive started after the early filler streams. Um, so I do take 2 weeks a month, says Fama. What do you mean I do take 2 weeks a month? I'd love to take 2 weeks of vacation every month. Holy shit. God, I had nothing to ever get done at work at that point. My shower was an arachnophobe's nightmare, says Mr. A Cake. Yeah, that's one of those spots where they usually don't make it if they violate the agreement. Because if I'm taking a shower and it just suddenly appears in front of me, I'm usually just boom, just getting it out of there. I could pre-record a stream. That would be weird. That wouldn't really work, Rob, because my streams are just us talking for the most part. So, yeah, I don't know. I was thinking I may do a video and just like run it as a premiere. Because if you run it as a premiere, like chat happens, even though it's just a set video. So maybe I'll do something like that. That way everyone still gets a chance to hang out. Because I know, it's one of the things. Oh, I said take 2 weeks or a month. Oh, I'm not going to take like that long off. That'd be crazy. What's up, Josh? How you doing? I'll just take a weekend off. It'll be all right. But yeah, I think I was thinking about that running a premiere. That way the hangout space still exists for everybody to hang out. Maybe, I think I have an idea for that. Maybe have an idea for that. Do some cooking with Scruff. That's kind of. I have two things that might go with that. Either a cooking or a tour thing. Maybe I'll do a cooking because that will definitely. A cooking with Scruff can be made so probably more easily run longer than like an office tour. Um, but yeah, we'll see what works. But maybe I'll try a cooking. Yeah, I wish I could do 2 weeks in the woods, but then my kitties, I can't take the kitties with me. I ain't gonna try to be away from the cats for that long. Just record yourself. Yeah, maybe I'll just record like do a thing at work where I'm just working on something at work. I don't know. I'll see what I can come up with. If I can come up with a good cooking with Scruff that's long enough, but I figure like when I'm a cooking video, 10, 20 minutes is pretty good, but that's gonna be weird for like a quick in and out hangout. So maybe recording a work thing. I'll see what kind of works up. Can Ed pop in? I have no idea. I don't know that Ed would be ready to do a live stream. Ed's background is pretty busy all the time. Just so you know. I have 207 videos in my watch later list. For me, I think you could miss a week or three. Yeah, I'm good. I'll just take one weekend off. That'll probably, like I said, it'll probably be in September. I may do I may just do a campsite
like overnighter. Run in, set up my hammock, campfire, just relax, throw the phone in the truck and forget about it. Um, and just hang in a hammock and get baked all night, eat lots of food, and not do anything. Yeah, that would be. Sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good. Yeah, we'll see. Mama says they'll take care of the cats while you're away. They'll be good. They've back when I went camping a little more regularly, we'd go like a couple days. Um, if we were out for more than 2 days for camping, then I would come home to see everybody, hang out, and all that stuff. Yeah, wrong Ed there, Ed R. But hey, how's it going? I don't know. Oh, there's the other Ed. But yeah, like I'll probably just do a premiere thing, and maybe it will just me doing like a straight recording of just something at work. Maybe I can figure out in the next month. I should be able to find something that's just a long, flat out recordable thing. Well, we'll see what pops up. I'll try to keep that in mind. Biggest thing is like I really do feel there is something to that where they say get your bare feet on the bare earth, get them on the grass, get them in the sand, like to get grounded. I do kind of feel like there might be something with that there because I'll tell you what, when I do just sit, like if I'm sitting outside and I'm just like chilling after work, got my boots on, like whatever, chilling, like that's fine, I'm chilling. But if I'm out there and I take my feet out of their whatever container they're in at the time and just put them on the ground in the grass, like it is for me a lot fucking more relaxing than sitting there with boots on. So do that. Like, definitely get your feet on the raw earth as much as you can, preferably like something moist, grass, wet sand, or moist sand. It really is a thing. It does really feel like it for me. Yeah, don't step on Legos, though. Rob agrees about the grounding thing. Have you read the research paper on grounding? I haven't. Electron box? Is there a thing? There's a scene in Die Hard about your feet. Yeah, I've seen Die Hard and how what happens to feet in Die Hard. Not really pro feet movie. I don't feel like that is on my foot's watch list for the Christmas holidays. Mine though. I mean, it is funny how like, you got to watch Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. You got to hear that goddamn song. I don't even want to talk about it because we all know what it is. We got to hear her. So you got to watch Rudolph. You got to hear that goddamn song. You got to watch Frosty. You got to watch Die Hard. You got to watch Gremlins. Um, Garfield. There are certain things you have to do during the holidays. A Christmas Carol. We have Mount something. Mount. I have no idea. It's here by Wales by me. Oh, okay, Wales, right? Weird words. Biscuit words. A scenic forest drive, park up and just wander, recharges the batteries. Luckily there's a lot of places. What's weird about Baltimore and good is that you can go from the World Trades like the Maryland or the Baltimore World Trade Center. The guy that's dead center in Baltimore City. You can go from that at the harbor, drive 15 to 20 minutes, and you wouldn't know that there was a city anywhere fucking near you, like out in the middle of Loch Raven. Big dam, water, trees everywhere. Like if you've been with the channel, you see me fly the drone around it. And like that's like the city's right there. Like, and if you drive another 10 minutes in the other direction, you're out in farmlands. Like, well, I mean, actually, there's a lot of farmland around Loch Raven, but like, And then if you drive 45 minutes in the other direction, you'll hit mountains. If you go an hour and a half in that direction, you're at the fucking beach at the ocean. Like, Baltimore's a kind of, Baltimore got nuked. Yeah, that was the football movie. Yeah, we all got blowed up at the football stadium. Tarantino hates it. Tarantino hates everything. Feet in the cat's litter tray would do it, especially if it. Ooh. Home Alone, yeah, you gotta watch Home Alone. I forgot about that one. Carpet, he gets it. Oh, advice about taking his shoes off on the carpet. Oh, gotcha. 6 o'clock. It's funny, I see Toot Toot, and at the same time, I see Mr. A Cake saying double fisting too, wherever we're going with that. So, and all I saw was double fisting the Toot Toot in my head, and I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? Jaws 3 was a Christmas movie? Was it? I don't remember that one. Although I am considering getting the new Jaws Lego set, like, once this dwindles down a little bit. Because we've definitely restocked quite a bit lately. Double Fisting 2 was a Christmas movie as well. Do you and Mouse get together on your movie selections there, Chipmunk? That is curious. It's not Christmas without Harry and Marv being brutally maimed by an 8-year-old. Yes. It's not Christmas unless someone yells "Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker!" Like, I feel like Die Hard is getting to be more known with Christmas than like Santa Claus. Little Jim says, sounds nice, a bit like here in my area, but we are on a smaller scale, and it is a mountain in English. Try Turn Barlam Cookie Head. Oh, I'm a cookie head. You can't try like it doesn't work that way, man. Y'all are biscuit heads, and we're just we're just a bunch of fat Americans that eat a lot of cookies. That's why we know so much about cookies and desserts, because we eat all of them. Like, I know the statistic exists. I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure everyone has a fucking statistic. I imagine the American population probably eats twice as much dessert shit as the rest of the fucking planet. Like, I would not be surprised if it was that, if not more. Like, some of the, we're just, a lot of us are just big. Like, oh my God. But that's why we know about desserts, and that's why you're a biscuit head, and we're right. Remember, your country, like, fits in our state. I do occasionally retouch the biscuit head shirt design that I started eons ago. Maybe that will come out once I get around to doing a full revamp of the store. Did I do a top of the hour toast? I don't think I did. So let's do that. Let's give a toast to Clive. Hope Clive is doing all right. Hoping the show's going well, and hope he breaks a leg. I think that's good luck in the industry. So we'll break a leg to Clive, and hopefully everything is going well with his shoe. And yeah, just so you know, with the every once in a while, I'll put it out there just as a reminder. We are a little behind because of the high definition-ish stuff. Oh, what does this? I know Twitch will tell you how far behind you are. Does this do that? Nah, this doesn't tell you how, like, Twitch will tell you how far your latency is. I'm not, this says live, it just says 0. Obviously, we're not 0 seconds behind. Why is it just that bad? Hold on, let me try something. Before I do the obvious test. Buffer health. Okay, now it's actually working. It says 6 seconds. Okay, it should be 6 seconds. Let's see. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. All right. Well, Stats for Nerds works, which isn't bad for the high definition stream. If it was the game stream, we'd be about 16 behind. That's the fun of having fun. We take each other with no bad feelings. Oh yeah, little Jim, you should see some of the shit me and a technician say to each other. Good lord. Yeah, you walk in and be like, hey, what are you doing? Doing your mom. Oh yeah, how is she? She's fucking good, bro. All right, cool. Let her know I said hi. All right, like shit like that, or worse. Like, yeah. Actually, work story. So in doing so, we had a new manager come in, and apparently the new manager, who had been a technician previously, supposedly, so they say, no, he was a tech before. Apparently he had forgotten that the more you dick around with someone, the more you're like, not necessarily like them, but you're accepting them into the circle, as it was. And he got so, I guess he forgot that and got a little bent out of shape and mentioned it to like the bosses and like the big bosses, to the point where I got an email asking what my issue was. And I literally replied back. I was like, seriously? You're asking this question? You know how we are when we get with each other, with friends. When we're friends with each other, we're hanging out or we're accepting. Like, that's all we do is trash talk each other. If we're not shit talking you, it's because we don't want you around. It's because we're not including you in the thing. And I was like, so if someone, basically going into that, like, it was multiple paragraphs, and that was replying back to a lot of the important people in the company. And I basically told them, I was like, look, if they got a problem with it, then like they just need to get over it, because that's how we do this. Like, if we're going to accept you into the club, you're going to get joshed around a little bit, as it were. We're going to mess with you. That's kind of how it is. If someone can't handle that situation, then they just don't need to communicate, or they don't need to hang out, or don't try to hang out with us. Then they just need to do their job and don't get personal with us, because that's going to happen. And I never heard a reply back from it. So I guess everyone just kind of went, yup. So anyway, yeah, that was some bullshit. Don't really like the banter thing, says Chippy, possibly an autism trait. It's just when you got a bunch of dudes that depend on each other for help and knowledge, and like sometimes, hey man, I need you to come help me lift this fucking 300-pound part into place. Like, that you're literally trusting each other with each other's lives at some point when you're working on machinery like this. So you get like an unspoken like tightness bond kind of thing, and for some reason that's just in the industry, you just talk shit to each other. I mean, I could literally walk in right now to the office of someone who is 2 away from the president of the president of the company. Like, I could literally walk in his office right now and call him a dumb fucking asshole, tell him he smells funny and he's a fucking douchebag, and he would just laugh and be like, "What's your problem today?" And I could, like, I could genuinely be mad and say that, and he'd be like, "Dude, what's your problem today? I don't give a fuck what you call me," because he knows, like, that's just what we do. Cunt is not offensive, though. I say cunt all the time. It's just funny. I love using it towards people that are highly offended by it. And I love when people say they aren't offended by that, and then when it gets used against them, suddenly it's a big fucking problem. Derp. Ugh. Yeah, I don't, oh, who's Haravac rolling out? Did I miss that on my my talk through? Did I miss something? No, okay. Find it hard to tell friendly banter or banter and friendly and hate, says Mr. A Cake. It's you just kind of once you're in there, you just kind of figure it out relatively quickly. And a lot of times, if the new guy's around and the new guy goes, "What the fuck?" and like most of the time, the other guy be like, "Nah, he's just fucking with you, dude. That's just kind of how we roll." And they go, "Oh, okay." And then the new guys realize, "Oh, well, if they're fucking with me, dude, that means you're in, dude. Like it's all good. Like stop trying to impress it. Like you get the new guy syndrome. Like, oh, I can do this. I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like you're cool. We don't. Nobody's trying to get impressed. We're just all here to do a fucking thing and work together." And then they're like, calm down, and you actually get to see who the fuck they are, and then everything's good usually. What's up, Ben? How's it going? Friendly banter can get undertones when there are actual irritations. Oh, yeah, yeah. But see, the thing was us as well. Like, we'll fucking call you out on it. Like, there's a guy we work with. Every time I see him, I'm like, what's up, Captain Strobe Light? Because, like, he's trying to be an advanced tech and all this stuff, and he still has to call every once in a while to figure out, like, fucking why lights don't work. But, you know, it's just funny. Like, he's a good tech. It's just some of the stuff he just can't get. And I fucking everybody busts his ass on that. You know, it's just kind of what you do. Yeah, I don't know. Like that's we I don't know. I guess it's just something with the industry. Don't know, but you know, it's also if someone doesn't like someone, they also know. They know. Oh, they know. It's really obvious if someone doesn't like you. There's a couple of people that are quite well informed that I could give a fuck less whether they fucking breathe or not. But everywhere you go, you're going to find that. So that's how that goes. Ben is naked. With Graham Naster come tasty. Well, all right. Well, you're already just kind of flowing right into the conversation as that goes. At least what half of that conversation's going on. Franco doesn't know when people are joking or being serious. Yeah, I guess it's just one of those things you pick up with people. I guess it like, you know, I mean, some of these dudes I've been working with for, 15, 16 years. Like, at that point, you definitely know who is. And if you don't know, a lot of times you just, I'll just be like, what's the fucking problem? Like, are we joking here? What's going on? Like, sometimes I'll just call someone out on it because I just don't care anymore. As I get older, I just don't, I'll just call you out. I'm just gotten to the point in my life of, I've found that trying to talk around the issue is just exacerbating it. Yeah, exacerbating. I almost said exaggerating, which that's a whole other conversation. But exacerbating, just bullshit. I don't know. Leon Piper. I will just go with Leon. At a place I used to work at, someone called everyone flashlight engineers. Still don't know if it was good or bad. Probably not. The last time I've heard something like that, they were like, basically, you're just good enough to make a switch turn on. All right, Ben's back looking for some more dogging. Wasn't that? Wait, were you the you were searching for anal plundering last week, weren't you? Or was that somebody else? Because I'm sure the offer is still open. I guess. Mr. A Cake's already masturbating, so maybe Ben should talk to Mr. A Cake. You guys want to exchange info? Like I'm sure that's cool. Electron box. I bought a manager a stress ball in the shape of a cock and balls with a smiley face. If I was exceptionally annoying, he'd make me stand against the wall and throw the cock at me. Fun IT time. That sounds like IT. No, no. Anal plundering with okay. Get the plunder. Graham Shaw does catting, but not dogging. All right, all right. Beer wolf. Some subject should be off limits for banter. They're like sexuality, race, or whatever. Yeah, well, yeah, that's yeah, we watch that. Yeah, you don't want to get like we talk shit about our job, not about ourselves per se, except for like all the your mom jokes. But I mean, most of us fall within that span of Gen X-ish kind of thing where everything was your mom. Like, what's for dinner, your mom? How you doing? Doing your mom. Where you been with your mom? Like everything's your mom. Like it's an acceptable response for every Gen X, for pretty much every Gen Xer. I mean, it's either an answer, a statement, a question, it's or just a general. It's everything's your mom. So bum on the sunroof right now, says Mr. A Cake. I flung my ass out the sunroof. Little Jim got the same thing in my work with colleagues, and to the point of actually calling two of my bosses Waldorf and Statler to their faces, to the amusement of everyone else on the shop floor. Very nice. If you don't know who Waldorf and Statler are, those are the two guys in the Muppets, the two old dudes in the Muppets that make fun of the Muppets. That's great. I call my one of the regional, like the way up regional managers, I openly call him the angry midget, which I know the M word is kind of like an M word, but it just fits with him, and I've been calling him that for over a decade at this point. At this, he just looks at me and goes and just rolls his eyes. Mondo deft as a brush. I remember when I went to my friend's house and he showed me his mom's sunbed in her bedroom and the carpet glowed. The carpet glowed. That may have been much more than just a tanning room then. Flashlight engineer reminds me some time ago when the fad of everyone referring to themselves as some kind of engineer. Oh, right. When, you mean like when the janitors started calling themselves a sanitation engineer? Like, sorry, if you're going to call yourself an engineer, there better be a degree behind that bullshit. Doctor, I only seem to get sick on weekdays. Do you think I have a weekend immune system? Ah, possibly. Does your breath smell like your mother's clung basket? I've heard it once called a clown hole, which in retrospect is pretty fitting because fucking things that came out of it were fucking clown face. So, uh, Vera says cleaning up my shit deserves a diploma. Well, I mean, if there's a lot of shit to clean up. This month is officially Pride Month, and the NHS has confirmed ahead of the LGBT Focus Month it has officially recognized 21 genders and sexual identities. I'm reading that right. That's good. The only issue I can see with that is that's a lot of extra check boxes on the form, but whatever works. Custodial engineer, yeah, that was another one. Custodian became custodial engineer. The maintenance guy became the maintenance engineer. Zap Sparky. One place I worked at, someone got my name wrong. I was known by everyone as Mikey my entire time there. I was at one place, and I have no idea where this came from, what happened, but like everyone on site, like it was a big facility I used to have to deal with. Everyone on site knew I was Scruff. They're Scruff, Scruff, hey Scruff, hey that forklift broke, Scruff, that thing's broke, my cart's broke, Scruff, hey Scruff. But for some reason, no idea why, one dude always called me Mr. Tim. Now keep in mind, I don't know that anyone in my entire family, much less myself, uses the name Tim or Timothy or Timothy or Timothy. Like I honestly don't think Tim has been used in my family tree ever. So why this dude called me Mr. Tim for like about 10 years, and he was kind of an older dude, kind of like he was I'd say he's probably his late 60s. Well, no, well, I guess yeah, for that long. He probably started in his early 60s and like into his early 70s. And I just never bothered correcting the guy, even though like the fucking like the name was on the shirt kind of thing. It was just always Mr. Tim. And I'd be sitting there like I was like, Mr. Tim, and I'd be like, oh wait, that's me. Shit. All right. It just became one of the things I just what? Oh yeah, and I always knew exactly who it was. I've no idea why. Never bothered ask, never bothered correcting them because I was just like, I don't know, older dude, maybe like maybe he couldn't hear real well, maybe like something was going on. I just fuck it, I'm Mr. Tim. Okay. The technician became the technical engineer. I'm a tech, yeah, I'm a technician, but I am no engineer. I mean, possibly if you need me to engineer your doom, I'm sure I could work that out, but I still don't have a PhD in doomery. Um, I may be working on my BA, but I don't have a master's degree in doomery yet. Little Jims, have a Bachelor of Engineering degree here in Electronic and Instrumentation Systems. Well, there you go. So, Little Jim's an engineer. That's fine. Oh, right. Yeah. Josh, the housewife became the domestic engineer. It really was a thing for a while. Everyone was a fucking engineer. Doom PhD. That's about right, Mr. AK. Doomery. Is that an actual word? Oh, let me type that into Google. I like that word. I have a degree in doomery. Doomery. Doomer. Doomers are people who are extremely pessimistic or fatalistic about global problems. Okay. Conspiracy theorist. Doomer. No doomery. Okay. Well, I put in doomery. How about doomery? Doomery and Scrabble. Apparently, doomery isn't not much. That's a word or a name. Nah, well, doomery. Doomery. We'll go with doomery. Doomery mechanical engineering. All right. So, what are the guys called that enforce the TV license? Asked Lockwatcher. The biscuit heads would have to answer that, but I'm pretty sure the simple answer to that is assholes. I don't know if they have an official uh, title, but I'm pretty sure assholes is generally what covers it. Yeah, a little bit late on the 420. A toast there. Binky had a dude who called him Dave for months, so he started answering to it. Sometimes it's just easier to just go with it. Like, I've learned in my life at this point, the whole go with it thing. If I'm looking for something and I go, like, let's say, like, how my cabinet was organized, is because I would always go to why did I just double say that? Anyway, I would always go to the same cabinet to look for my, completes. They're like these little microwavable fucking not quite a meal things that you don't have to freeze or refrigerate. But I always go to the certain cabinet to find them, and they were never there. They were always in the other cabinet. So after like the third time of this, I went, well, fuck that. I moved them from that cabinet to the one that I always went to. That's kind of how I organize my desk. If I always go to a certain thing where I'm looking for something, then I just start putting it there. And then I start finding it all the time. That's kind of how I've decided to like work my life now. If I'm always looking for something in that spot, then when I finally find it, I'm just going to leave it in that spot. Because then I'll always go to it. Because for some reason, my brain wants that there. How the fuck did we get to that? I think it's changing for the younger generation, but when I was going through school, says Herbert Trouser-Fancy, I was the outlier, yeah, it was me, and the one that could solder all the other kids' projects for them in CDT. Something technology? I don't know. Fuck nuggets, says Jack Attack. Short? For the BBC, fuck nuggets. Arseholes. Oh, I forgot. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. A-Cake. That's a proper correction. I forgot. In Biscuit Head, that would be arsehole, not asshole. Gotcha. The usual term is jobs worth cunt. Or get a fucking job. Okay. Well, technically there, Chippy, I think you would want to say get a different fucking job. Because technically they are employed just by a shit employer. So, BB License Enforcement Officer, or BBC Goons. Yeah, I love how that shit is just allowed to go. Craft Design Technology. Okay. What's up, Celeste? Oh, I guess Celeste here. Let's do one more for Celeste. Oh, I think I gotta get to the dispensary this week. I just got paid, so I gotta check the bank account, see what needs money, and then go give a bunch of money to my dealer, my legal dealer. Yeah. The CDT was a model of Vauxhall Cavalier in my day. CDT, I feel like I heard of that in the Vauxhalls. Yeah, crackle's starting to come back a little bit. Even though I put some deoxit in there, like I think it's sitting behind me. I have to email them one of these days and see if kind of warranty this has, or if they recommend just a little more deoxit or something. Frankie says, a while ago, did you say motorcycles? Yes, actually. I know I've said that on this channel before. When I bought my first motorcycle, that's when I was that's when I was a theatrical engineer. That's when I was putting rigging systems in the theaters, like building, acting type theaters. So we were in Indianapolis. We were working in Indianapolis, and I took the Harley Davidson motorcycle course where you had to sign up like way the fuck ahead of time because not only was it the cheapest course, but they also let you ride their single cylinder, the little thumper motorcycles. So you didn't even have to bring your own motorcycle. They brought the motorcycles for you to test on, to ride on, to practice on. All it was all the same motorcycle. You could even pick a specific one and like stay on that one the entire course. So everyone loved it. So signed up for that. Of course, I was in Indianapolis at the time, and I told the boss, who was an avid motorcyclist, luckily, I was like, "Hey man, like I'm gonna have to skip for like about a week. Well, I'm gonna have to skip for 2 weekends in a row, and then for about a week because it's like a whole week long course, and then like weekends and shit like that." He's like, "No, that's cool, I get it." He even paid me a little bit of scratch to help it because he was an avid motorcyclist himself, which was cool. Um, so I drove back and forth between Baltimore and Indianapolis a couple times, took the course, everything went great. And then, shit, where did I get on this? How did I get on, the motorcycle thing. So anyway, went back and forth, got it. Got back to Indianapolis and wanted to buy. I was like, I need to find a bike. Fucking start looking on Craigslist because that was a thing back then. That actually that actually worked well. They were selling Captain Murphy. That's the name of my motorcycle. They were selling that. Someone was selling it for $1,200 with a salvage title because it had gotten totaled. I went and looked at it and I went, "What's the problem?" They said they didn't like it because of the plastics. And I even took a tape measure and I measured the frame on each side and all that. Everything was straight. Everything was good. It was literally the plastics were so expensive they totaled the bike because at the time it was like 10 years old. So bought the bike. Everything was good and all legit. Salvage title was fine. I mailed the paperwork to my buddy. He took that paperwork to a buddy, got it inspected, got it looked over in person and all that stuff, and then mailed me the metal plates, the actual metal license plate, and the date tags for it, because we just kind of knew people. So after it was safety inspected and all that stuff, he mails me it back, put everything on there, and then the day I was rolling it out, just to like mess with it, because up until then I was just working on cleaning the carburetors out with seafoam. But I rolled out to take a fucking ride, and I was staying at a hotel at the time, mind you, because I was out at, doing the work thing. Some fucking snooty, entitled piece of shit fucking goes, "Oh, that's a really nice or a really nice motorcycle. Good luck riding it." And I just looked at him, I went, "Who the fuck are you?" And he went, "Oh," and just walked away. I'm like, whatever, dude. Fucking dumbass people. Yeah, but actually, that ended up being a fucking great weekend. I was all over the place on that thing. Because up until then, every once in a while, my buddy would let me hop on his bike, take it around a little bit, because he had, God, at one point, he had 5 motorcycles. How often do you have to have it inspected? Once. In Maryland, your vehicle gets inspected once, unless it is so fucked up and falling apart that you get pulled over and they force you to get it inspected again, which is pretty rare. So that is one of the advantages slash disadvantages of living in Maryland, is if you're the owner and you take care of your car, it doesn't matter because you only get one inspection ever. However, that also means there are a lot of pieces of shit running around that the cops just don't feel like pulling over. So it's a thing. Yeah, every time it gets sold, unless unless it is more than 20 years old, and then it never has to get inspected again because it's in a historic tag. Like my Suburban's a historic tag, which they've recently started actually enforcing a little bit more, because you're only supposed to. Well, it used to be you could only drive them a certain amount a year on a historic tag, because they're, according to them, it is now a show car, which I was fine because I hardly ever drive it anyway. But now apparently they're starting to enforce it if you're driving it and it's not a holiday or a weekend, which would actually be fine anyway, because I need to drive my truck on the weekend. come to think about it, because I do all my grocery shopping on the way home. Chicago Ted says Illinois has 0 safety inspections. Yeah, I know there's some states out there. It's like you just say, I have this car. They're like, cool, here you go. They don't give a fuck. Yeah, PA sucks, Admiral Rascals. I know some people that lived in PA or live in PA, and their shit sucks. Oh my god. Turn me into a biscuit head. Like, I do want to visit there soon enough. I just got some shit I got to pay off. Work on. I don't think I'm going to get there this year like I wanted, especially because my vacation got all jacked up with my fucking neck. So, but I'm trying to get over there. No doubt. Ugh. Oh, shit. I wish I had the microphone hooked up on that one. Jesus. Whew. Big toe. Big toe. Kentucky doesn't do inspections either. Never seen so many burnt up cars on the side of the road. Yeah, yeah. I bet that statistic kind of matches a little bit. I did get a distinction in my amateur radio exam, though, whilst still failing at school. That shut people up all the time, says Rob. A distinction in my amateur radio. I think I missed part of that conversation. Chippy says, here a cop can pull you over for an unsafe vehicle, even if it's just past its MOT the day before. Yeah, I've heard they're pretty douchey over there. What's up, Tommy Hanlon? How's it going? Soon we're going to have state requirements for window tint for inspections. Yeah, we get, here it is 85, or not 85, 30. So you see the driver's and passenger side cannot be darker than 85%, meaning 85% light passes through. 5% here, I don't know how it works everywhere, but like 5% is limo tint. That means 5% of the light is coming through. In Maryland, driver's side and passenger side are 85%. The front has to be clear, except for the top 5-ish inches can be 50% or a sticker, which is weird. And then the back can be, I think it's legally 35%, but most people get 5% and then get pulled over. That's how, at least how it was for a while. It's fucking weird. Not douchey. Your car has to be pretty fucked up to get pulled over. Usual is a dead bulb. Oh yeah, I understand for the dead bulb thing. Safety stuff, yeah. But if they get, but I've heard they've gotten pretty rough over there with the MOT stuff. But if it's a bulb, yeah, absolutely, you should get pulled over. Because as soon as one goes out, you never know, that other one's probably right behind it, and they're about to get fucking scrubbed. There's a lot of one tail light cars running around that I don't know why they aren't getting pulled over for. Electron box. I'm 47 and doing another degree. Amazing how your brain can soak up more than you think. Oh, there you go, Electron. Wait, didn't I get another bing bong? Somebody. Ooh. Ah. Electron box sent me a thing about grounding. I will actually look at that. I will leave WhatsApp open. Chicago Ted, I just had my windshield tinted with 70% super IR infrared rejection film, and that is awesome. Yeah, the problem around here is a lot of people get their fucking windshield tinted to like 20% because tint shops, they don't have to follow the law. They just have to follow the customer request, which is interesting that they are allowed to run a business based on 90% of their customers want illegal tinting done. I don't know how that works. Welcome to America. But yeah, I mean, like I work with someone, their front windshield is at least 20%. It might be 5% tint. And it's like I understand you want to wear sunglasses sometimes, but I guess you don't drive at night because you ain't fucking seeing anything. I know a couple people that have done that. There's some dude did that to his work van's windshield. It was like, calm the fuck down, dude. Shit. MOT emissions is tough. Says Chippy, but the cops won't pull you over for emissions unless you blast their nice white car, nice white car with soot. Yeah, you can get pulled over for sound. If your exhaust is too loud, they will pull you over and and they will inspect your exhaust on site. And in Maryland, apparently, it is now if your exhaust is not factory specifications, it is considered illegal, which is fucking dumb. I mean, I understand noise, but not spec wise, unless it's an emissions thing, which it's not. It's just some shit they throw in there. They figure if it has to be factory spec, then they don't have to worry about the emissions getting fucked up. But there's so many ways to have better emissions in the aftermarket with less exhaust shit, but Maryland doesn't seem to understand that. Yeah, you can get pulled over here for rolling coal as well. That's when the diesel guys with tiny ding dongs got to fucking black smoke everything because they got nothing better to do. But hey, don't worry about it. It fucks their turbos up, so it's fine. Tinting the windshield can help with the sun shining in. Oh yeah, absolutely, but not like fucking limo tint. Because then, like I said, night driving, like you're driving at night with like really dark sunglasses on. Like I just can't. I just don't get that. Does that apply to motorcycles? What is that, Kevin Hardesty? Because unless if your diesel is running improperly and it is smoking, then by all means, that's fine. You should get it fixed. But when you got people running crazy Larry tunes, and like just big smoking tunes just so they can just do smoke, then it's fucking dumb. I don't get it. Does that apply to the sound? Yeah, there's the sound law on motorcycles is it's slightly different than cars, obviously, because just motorcycles are just fucking louder. Because you don't have the length and the space availability for a quieter exhaust system. But yeah, they pull bikes over all the time, even on a factory exhaust. Like they will make you bring in certification from, like, say you have like a fucking Honda CBR, they will make you bring in certification of getting pulled over on your bike. They will make you go to Honda and have them inspect it and give a factory certification that says, yes, this bike is factory specs. And then you have to take that to court. And then as you're pulling out of that fucking courtroom, they can pull you over again for the same goddamn thing. And that inspection will not count. Fucking love it. So they just use that to just fucking generate money. What's up, Paul Norman? Live from Liverpool. What's going on? How is Liverpool this evening? Don't steal a Twix. No, shit. Yeah, we already covered that one. Straight pipe black smoking diesels are pain in the ass. Yeah, like I had my 97 was a straight pipe. Factory exhaust was it was a 6.5 turbo. From the factory, it only ran 7 pounds of boost, which is like, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? And a fucking 6.5 liter diesel. But anyway, so 7 pounds of boost went through a catalytic, basically a soot filter, a soot collector, catalytic converter, and then a muffler. When I was done with it, it went through a 4-inch stainless steel pipe. And that was it. And it was tuned properly so that there wasn't any big smoke. It was not super loud unless you got on it, which is nice about diesels. Diesels can be very quiet, but when you open them up, that's when they get really fucking loud. And that's 6.5, and that exhaust was just 4-inch stainless steel straight pipe from SS Diesel. And that shit was fucking butter. I could go through neighborhoods just doing my thing, light on the pedal. Had a custom ECM in it. It was great. But when I laid on it, boy, you knew it, but I didn't fucking smoke. Like everything was tuned. I did not want any smoking in that fucking thing because it was just a waste. It was just annoying. It was just brr. Get my ass back on Scump's booze hole. Kind of busy right now. I'm doing a thing, but I'll see what I'll, yeah, I'll be on there later. Oh yeah, and we will be doing Scum tomorrow. It'll be me and Ed. Boozy may or may not be around, but he's going to kind of do his thing. But me and Ed will be running around. We'll probably do. We're gonna have to get Ed money, and I need some money too. The suspension on the dirt bike that I've been using is fucking wrecked because I wasn't paying attention when I went to pick up Ed, and I crashed a lot. So it's like where am I? I think I'm at like $4,500 in repairs to fix the dirt bike. Don't touch it, booze. So I want to do a loot run tomorrow with Ed, or a couple of loot runs depending on how long we're out. And I'm probably going to sell the Car 98s and just start using the M1 since we just found an M1 rifle. Like, Scum is not like Gray Zone. Gray Zone, you get in a chopper, straight into adrenaline, straight shooting, just going, get your shit, get out of there. Scum is a grind survival game. It is a slow-paced, just chilling, doing your thing. Franco, have a good night. Thank you as well. But Scum's a good game. 4,500 in the game. It's posted. So you're on a prisoner island. You're a bad guy. You're on a TV show. They drop you in to a random spot on the island, and it's up to you to figure out what the fuck to do to survive. But in there are traders that have overly inflated prices. But if you like the Car 98s, I'll probably get, I don't know, I'm thinking a couple grand, maybe $1,500 for them, maybe, because one of them's 100%. So the prices, it all kind of works out in money terms, but everything's a little more expensive. Like, I think a dirt bike costs, I think a dirt bike's 20 grand in the game? Or is that 35? Because I know that the cars are 35 grand. I think the dirt bikes are like 15, 20 grand. So it's not horribly different than maybe even some areas of the world for the price, but it is a little higher than what you would expect to hear. But yeah, Ed, we got Ed in on that. Ed dropped in. We got lucky. Ed, the first drop when Ed came in on the island, was a block and a half away, so like 4 or 5 kilometers away. And I went and picked him up on the dirt bike, but I was just zinging over there. I was drunk in the game, kept running into rocks and shit. So I need to do a loot run so we can get to see what's going on. I've been using that bike and fix it up and got you saddlebags. Just make sure you watch the health. Yeah, that's what I gotta watch the health. Well, I appreciate the upgrades. So you're getting ready to sell your bike for the car. That's right. I think we have to do that, don't we? It's like one bike, one car, one boat or plane, something like that. It's different server rules for how much stuff you can have. But it's a fun game to play when you're really just trying to chill. And the other thing that's nice with Gray Zone, when you go into a mission, if you quit, like, man, I gotta go, I gotta get something to do, you lose everything if you just quit out the game. I think they figured out how to make it so that you can't even control alt delete out of it anymore. I'm not sure. But, like, you lose your shit. But with Scum, 2 minutes. Well, depending on the server. Like, when you quit there's a timer that you gotta wait to make sure you don't combat log or, like, do some kind of weird log out shit. So you get 2 minutes that you have to dedicate when you got to leave, as opposed to like getting the fuck back to base, which, as you know, if you've watched, getting a helicopter can sometimes take 10 minutes, much less getting to the chopper. Get to the chopper! So, I appreciate the updates there, Booze. Yeah, I'll be on later after doing a thing at the moment. But, after that thing, Redneck Atheist, prison, island, survival, reality TV sounds like a good solution for some no, actually it's fucking brilliant. I mean, it's almost like what England was doing with Australia for a little while. It's just they didn't just have the right technology with the cameras. I don't know if that angers Australians that were never reminded of that, but just saying. But yeah, by all means, I'd love to do that with an island. Fucking start yeeting some of them assholes out there. I don't know about the whole vendor thing, how that would work, but you know what? They'd fucking sort it out, or they wouldn't. Shit. God, like, where could we do that? Where would be a good place to, like, Australia's a little big. Like, I understand what UK was trying to do. Bunch of biscuits. But, like, Australia's kind of big. We need someplace smaller. Like, are there any good, I mean, there's got to be an island out in the Pacific that is completely uninhabited, is roughly, you know, between 20 to 50 miles, in diameter-ish kind of thing. Or the UK itself. Isle of Man, I mean, that's kind of occupied right now. That's a little busy. But I mean, out in the Pacific, there's enough random islands. We could absolutely do this. One, you'd be supporting work because someone would have to build a basic infrastructure, and it's got to be hardened and reinforced so that they can monitor it and broadcast it. I mean, obviously, eventually that'll get taken out, but at least at first they could do that before they just have to use armored aerial drones like Scum does. I mean, the airplane technology is good enough that they should be able to get cameras like that. They got the drones. I mean, there are ways to do this. They just need to actually do that. Iceland? Iceland's still kind of big, I feel like. 40% of Australia is considered uninhabitable. Yeah, but then we'd have to build walls, and if the walls crumble or there's an earthquake, Epstein's Island, how big is that? Like, that'd be a good use for that. Just fucking, it's fucking bunch of pieces of shit there anyway. Iceland is getting bigger. Yeah, it is true, Chicago Ted. Iceland is kind of big for this particular purpose, and it is growing literally daily, and they seem to think it's going to be going for quite some time. The Bikini Atoll? Yeah, we could put them where we used to do nuclear testing. Perfect. Dude, that could lead to some really fun shit if it's still fairly radioactive out there. Oh, and think if they get little radioactive like remnants and they can somehow reverse engineer it into like tiny little bombs for each other. Oh man, we could have some fun with that. And you figure like just kind of like how Scum does, except obviously less often, but every once in a while you drop in a crate and you don't know if it's going to be food, weapons, or if it's fucking empty with a teddy bear in it going. Like, oh, and you could drop them reinforced with cameras attached. Like, the cameras are all going to get fucking wrecked. But they could have cameras attached so you could see their faces, like, to see what's going on and just watch the action while everyone just fucking kills each other. Wow, why aren't we doing this? Oh my god. Easter Island with the No, I like Easter Island. I like the statues. Like, I was kind of perturbed to hear they just got vandalized. Like, they're just doing their things. They seem pretty chill. I'm good with Easter Island. I don't want to fuck that up. Fantasy Island was weird. I mean, I guess it came in handy for some things, but you'd have to watch that with the prisoner. I don't know. That would be weird. A bunch of prisoners on the old school Fantasy Island. Chris Probert. I've got some disposable dosh soon. Want to go somewhere. Australia is high on the list. Wouldn't be a bad place to visit. Hook up with Brad's Guitar Garage. Or Curtis at Cutting Edge Engineering. Go see Homeless, the dog. Herbert rounds for Japan. Japan. I think Japan's had enough. I think they're good. We'll just take them off the list. You know, they had some things happen a couple years ago, a few years ago, 1945-ish. Probably don't want to do that. I've said scum 3 times, so now I have to play scum, scum, scum. He's going to go play, have a good time. I will see you on later. Have fun with the puppets, the poupées, Poupée. I think I'm just going to start calling them poupées. We'll see if that sticks. Does Japan get a hall pass? Yeah, Japan gets like the big hall pass on getting fucked with. I mean, yeah, they kind of started it, but boy, did we fucking stop it. Jesus. That is some rough shit there if you watch some of the actual documentaries of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Well, yeah, and there's Fukushima. That's basically the one they did to themselves. Yeah. Like, they are just a nuclear wreck right now. Like, they're good. They're still dealing with Fukushima, right? Like, it's still a problem with them. So, yeah, they get the hall pass for now. Plus, a lot of cool shit comes out of Japan. You know what I mean? Like half the shit I'm looking at was at least designed in Japan. Then some of this was obviously made in China, but a lot of it was designed in Japan. So while they're dealing with their issues, they can keep designing cool stuff for us. And they get good porn too. So that's also something you have to think about on the world view. Like, what countries, what regions, who's doing the good porn, like the popular porn. Japan's got interesting porn, but also porn. What is your right armpit blinking? Oh, yeah, sorry. That's a mouse pewter badge LED blinky thing that one of our members here makes. This one's a star. We got a clover thing. There's like little badge looking ones. I think I got one for Valentine's Day, like a red one. And that's like the big ass version of it right there from the same person over in the UK. Clover, what a shamrock clover. What? Is there a difference between a shamrock and a clover? Is this just a regional thing, or is this a specific thing here? Yeah, actually, every once in a while, I've worn one. I think I wore one to one of the party things or something. But nah, they're all different colors and shit. We all have our nerd. Like, I got some up there that I made. There's one over there that I made at Mission Control. Like that one. Well, yeah, right there. That's one that's all red that I made. Just not turned on. Every once in a while I'll turn it on. I keep forgetting to turn it on though. But that's one up there. And then I have one on the shelf behind me that there's all kinds of different colors and different LEDs and different patterns and all that shit. Blue is actually the Irish national color. Blue? Alcatraz is free. Needs to be cleaned up first, and it's a bit small, but it's the perfect location. I mean, we kind of tried that. Oh, I mean, not really, because we did have guards and shit there. I mean, Alcatraz would probably be a good beta test. You know, kind of where Scum is. I mean, you know, we could beta test that on Alcatraz. The biggest issue there is we would have to, I mean, it would be easy to monitor. We just really have to pay good attention to make sure none of them douche nozzles got off the island. I mean, I know the waters there are pretty fucking rough, but people have gotten off the island, you know what I mean? You've never seen this before, Boozy? Hold on, everybody. So this is where I place gum. This and this monitor are hooked up to this gaming computer. And then this, and this are hooked up to that computer, which is my video editing and the computer that does the actual live streaming. So like on Discord, OBS right here is recording this monitor and then sending it up here. Yeah, I have a lot going on here. But it was fucking fun to build, let me tell you. And the microphone is hooked up to both computers and it shares the signal for both. That's how I can talk in game and all this and everywhere all at once. We need spinning turbines on the grid. A grid with no spinning generators is fundamentally unstable. I'm good with any kind of way to generate electricity as long as it works and it's not fucking too much shit up. Like, sorry, I'm not worried overly too much about the birds. Is there advantage to a curved display, says Electron Box? I didn't think there would be. This is a more of a gentle curve. They're more like the last, hold on, button. All right, so from here to here, roughly, is pretty flat. And then from here in is more of the gentle curve. And I'd never used a curve monitor before. So I tried it. I got this one. And I liked it so much I got the second one. That's why there's two of them. They were on sale for $300 anyway. From MSI, like, okay, works. But it does kind of help a little bit to have the bigger screen. I don't know. It's nice to have the larger work area and not have to split it up on multiple screens. Because before, like, the middle row was one computer. And everything would just take split up. But it's nice to be able to fit a lot of shit on one screen and have a smooth transition as you look side to side, as opposed to centering, like, as I turn. I do feel there is an advantage, basically. Gaming wise, flat screen I'm sticking with for now. But I have gamed on these 32 inches and they weren't bad. It's just, I'm waiting for more games to support widescreen, and then eventually my game monitor will probably be a widescreen 1440, just like these, just a better, slightly better version or better quality. But yeah, I do kind of like the curve. I've seen a couple with some really wild curves to them. I'm not real big on that, but I do like the gentle curve a lot more than I thought. And the color quality, and they're 180. When I bought them, they said they were 165, but they're actually 180 hertz monitors. There's 165 native, but they'll run 180 hertz on G-Sync. So I run it at 144 to keep it under. As long as you're under its refresh, then that helps with screen tearing and shit. And then DLSS, the combination of DLSS and fucking NVIDIA Reflex and all that shit pretty much tries to keep it as close to 144 as possible. So Boo says he'll never buy anything but a curved now. That's good. Oh, I didn't know you have a curve. What size, do you know what size it is? Roughly, like these are 34-inch ultra wide monitors, whereas this is a 27-inch, 1440 mod, like regular 1440 monitor. But what's interesting is the top to bottom of the 27-inch is about the same as the top to bottom for the 34-inch, but that's because of the diagonal. So if for a size comparison, if you're considering getting a curved widescreen, it's about the same height wise as a 27-inch regular monitor. It's just in case that helps, especially for sizing wise. Even though it's 34, it sounds like it would be bigger, but it's only bigger because it's a longer diagonal measurement. All right, sorry. You have a 34 inch? That's good. Yeah, like a 34-inch ultra wide is good for gaming, whereas a lot of people like using a 27-inch curved for gaming, but I find a 27-inch flat is good, or a 14 or a 34 ultra wide so far. But everybody's got their different sizing. But also, I have other monitors to deal with, so I can't go too big because I don't know where the fuck I'm going to put all the rest of the monitors. Which is the other reason why I've also considered maybe switching the office to the bigger room, but who knows. For right now, this is good. Everything works. I'm not looking to take on another project, especially because this office has only been up for almost a year-ish. Top of the hour toast, everybody. Cheers. Appreciate y'all hanging out. And hey, look, my counter, you know, if you rearrange it, it's 420's number one. Whoop, whoop. When the wind don't blow, the grid don't go. Yeah, I've heard that. Love that expression. I'm a little thirsty as well. Kinda gotta pee. I think we're all right. During the Pussies and piano break, I ate the other stuffed chicken breast I had. Oh, wait, one more for Celeste. I think Jim is on my Discord already. Chippy, yeah, he's been in chat. All right. You ate it? That was the kitty's after that wasn't the cat's chicken boob. It was my chicken boob. It was stuffed with broccoli and cheese. I don't know how well the cats would have processed chicken breaded baked chicken breast stuffed with broccoli and cheese. I don't know how much that, like, I think that would be a little rough on the dairy, but then again, they're cats. They'll fucking eat anything, so who knows? Any gift members today? Well, we did have, let's see, there was gifting done. Well, where's that screen at? Did I lose the screen? No. Oh yeah, we had Web Debbie Edberg gave away some gifties today. Scruff got a permalink to your Discord, so I can add it to my macro. I have no permalink because I am not a community thing, so every link I have expires in 7 days. Because now you have to have like some fucking community thing or whatever, and I'm not signing up as a community, Discord community thing. So that's why, like, if you look in my channel comment deal, it's every video is pretty much a slightly different link, and it even says it expires every 7 days. Check the latest for it, because I'm not trying to follow requirements for a community thing. Maybe if, like, you know, I had like 10,000 people or something, I may do that because I think it helps with administrative tools as well. But I mean, we're all good. Mr. Egghead says, "Don't eat cats." No, you probably shouldn't. Broccoli farts, Big Toe. Yeah, I imagine they would probably have between the dairy and the broccoli, they'd probably have kitty cat farts. Spaz farted earlier today. That was nice. She was just sitting there, and all of a sudden she just like gets up real quick, and I hear this, and I went, "Wait a minute, was that?" And then boom, that hit my nose. I went, "Motherfucker, that she just farted." That's why she walked away. What's up, Mr. Phil? We talked about stuff and things and chicken breasts and cats and work and computers. And we're currently on cat farts. Because, yeah, we're covering the important topics of the day. Cat farts. Yeah, I found in my experience of being around cats and dogs that, yes, cat farts are typically more concentrated evil than dog farts. They're a red dwarfer. I have to agree with that. I just farted. Speaking of which, I guess my butt was like, I think we're up. So that was nice. Old people farts always smell like old cabinets. Just old, like a lot of old people farts are just kind of the same, and a little rough. Rough. Red Dwarfer, our boy jumped up on my husband, stole his chip, and then farted on him. As he should. As that sounds like all is well. Just kind of go with that and just rock and roll. It's when you dive out the window, no need to open it, just yeet on out. Yeah, that was, I did get up and, and of course, just to help get rid of it, I went out, walked outside and I smoked a cigarette because that makes sense. I mean, it kind of does. Black Watcher, have you mentioned pancakes today? I believe you may have. Oh, yeah, you did right there. Yep. Haven't had pancakes in a couple weeks, I guess. Any Big Clive gossip? I did I did talk to him or email him. He says it's lots of technical problems. Let me see here. I'm sure I'm not sharing any trade secrets or anything. Let me see if if Patreon's still open. It is, but of course it's not where I need it to be. Let's see. More lights than usual, but with the same load-in time, of course. The main cargo elevator broke, and then the crane broke and had to be swapped out. And then all the new lights they've had have showed up with the early version of the software that has a bunch of bugs in it. So it is going swimmingly right now for him. So I don't know that we should necessarily expect a guest appearance from him for another week or two, maybe get some of that bullshit sorted out. So, yeah, it sounds like your typical theatrical nightmare. Before I was building theaters, I was working in them. I was stagehand before I was just building them. So, yeah, I dealt with all that bullshit. I mean, it's fun. It's a fun gig. It's a fun job. You have a good time, but there is always fucking hurry up and wait. Hurry up and wait. Hurry up and wait. Hurry up and wait. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. 2 steps forward, fucking full week back. Like you just kind of get used to it. But you have fun with it. Once you realize that you're just never going to win, you're just going to try and have fun and just get the shit done, and it just works. Activated charcoal to counteract farts, says Deltic Engine. Have a charcoal seat pad or underwear insert for zero odor. I don't know that that's actually real. I mean, I'm pretty sure people have tried that, but I don't know that a fart filter actually works. Really don't know that a fart filter would work on some of mine, because I've farted so bad I've had the cats leave. And like they turn around and look like, I think he's dying, but we need to get away first. Like Aborigine pancake. Mr. What do you have a recipe for that, Mr. A Cake? 2 steps forward, 1 step back to the wall. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I have a charcoal van seat cushion. Mr. or Chipmunk gets the farts. That's fine. My gas has been known to be quite evil, says Rob. Yeah, I actually almost got fired once from one of my big ass farts. When I worked at Salvo's, I was at the parts counter, and the parts counter it was kind of like a third, like for the full length of the counter was like a third of it was 2 registers, then there was like the break where you could like walk in from behind, and then there was the other 2/3 of the counter with 1, 2, 3 registers on it. While I was working dead center, I don't know what was going on. I was waiting on somebody, and it was one of them ones that was like, you feel like it was so hot there may be blisters involved, but you also knew that it was so hot and the volume of it was going to be a problem. So this thing just was like, it was like someone opened a window to let the breeze in and just forgot to close the window because it was just rolling. Just rolling. And it finally got done, and I was like, all right. Just kept doing my thing, and the fucking customer in front of me goes, "What the fuck?" Starts looking around, and I'm like, "Ooh, that's pretty rough, huh? Wow, that's pretty bad." I wasn't saying anything because the customer was just looking around, and then the fucking store manager was 2 registers down. He was at the window, and all of a sudden he walked over to walk behind me to get to the parts area, which was over there, and he fucking just went right into a brick wall. He hit that, and he looked at me, and he went, "That was you, wasn't it?" And I went, yeah. He went, "You need to go to fucking the back for a couple minutes. We'll take care of this. What the fuck is wrong with you? We need to have a talk." And I'm like, oh my God. Like the one customer said, "I just gotta go." Like he fucking left. My customer left. Couple of the other customers, as it started permeating out into the fucking waiting area, like, oh my, like we had people leaving, like it was so thick. Like I can only imagine, like, be compared to like London fog, just like like some Left 4 Dead shit if you played the video game, like that thick green fog just creeping, and it just didn't dissipate, it just got bigger. And yeah, I got yelled at, said if I ever did that again, I was going to get fired on the spot. And that, like, I was like, I'll do my best. I should probably go shit then, like, because something's going on. But yeah, that was old Mr. Lou, man. He did not take to getting farted near very well, and I was always real careful after that, especially if Lou was working. Oh my, they could taste it. They could feel it, Electron Box. This was beyond taste. They could feel it. Like it was one of my worst. I will admit it was one of my worst. But it was fucking awesome to just knock the whole store out like that. Like they almost had to close the store for a minute. It was fucking great. I love that shit. Oh man. Yeah, I wouldn't have lit a match. That may not be here if I had to have lit a match. Top smoke. I farted so bad once the wallpaper started peeling off. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure it may have acted like an EMP blast on some of the fucking parts that were sitting around when I beefed it. Oh, eggs can really give you if you get the eggs right, but luckily scrambled eggs don't seem to make me fart, which is great because like this morning, I've basically just stopped having potato skins for breakfast because now I'm doing 2 or 3 eggs scrambled with nothing in them, just like a like basically 2 shakes of Old Bay, which I would normally be like blah blah blah, but just like a couple shakes of Old Bay, just enough to give it just the tiniest bit of salt. Do 3 eggs, just scramble them in the pan, flap them up, and then I just pour a shitload of fucking medium salsa, chunky salsa on there, mix that shit up, piece of toast or two. It's fucking great. So I can mix scrambled eggs, medium salsa, butter, toast, and not fart. So that works for me. And I usually have coffee with it as well. The birds start falling from the sky. Nah, see, the problem was like the whole building just started to just deteriorate before it could even get to the birds. Oh, it definitely depends on what you eat. I went through a spat for like about a year where I was like horribly lactose intolerant. And it kind of corresponded to the first time I think I had the fluvid. Like there was one time I think I had it, and one time I knew I had it because I actually tested. Well, that was past Christmas. That was great. The entire vacation. Um, but I'm wondering if that's one of them long hauler things. I wonder if lactose intolerance is one of those things that the fluid could fuck with, because there was a lot of weird symptoms with some of those strains. But it seems like it finally let off. Like it got to the point I had to take lactate, or like I was in pain for hours with gas and just getting all fucked up. But now I'm fine. Like I may actually order a pizza soon. I haven't had pizza in months because the last time I had pizza, like I lived on the toilet. Like I had to ratchet strap my ass into that motherfucker because it was trying to blast off. You know what I'm saying? Toast with butter. Yes, with butter. With butter. Man, I may do some cinnamon toast tonight. I haven't done cinnamon toast in a little while. I could do cinnamon toast. I mean, at that point, I might as well just do 4 pieces of cinnamon toast. Just fill the whole fucking oven with it. Just, well, countertop, oven, air fryer, convection, whatever the fuck thing. Mouse had that with milk and the fluid, says Rob. No shit. I wonder if that's what it was, and then it finally just sorted itself out. Oh, the cinnamon is old. I've had it for. Actually, I've had that for probably 9 months, so that's not part of any recent issue. But I live in lead. I grew up around lead. I work with lead. I breathe in lead. So I'm fucked anyway. So. I wish I could get my bones coated in adamantium. That would be nice. I wonder if they'd stop spurring out at that point. Yeah, I think I may do some cinnamon toast. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. I still got to do the scum thumbnail, so I guess I'll start the game up after the stream. Probably get a thumbnail of the shacky, housey, bassy thing that's Boozy built, and throw that up. So we got something to click tomorrow. Like I said, Boozy may be around, but he won't. Won't be saying anything or whatever. Like if he's on, you may see him run by. He's going to do his thing, and then me and Ed will be the show for now, as it were. So that is all good. Do you do like heavy metal? Oh well, yeah. Yes, that does kind of go with the lead poisoning, I suppose. Makes you kind of a metal head. Toast butter, cinnamon sugar at the proper McCormick proportion. There you go. It's spelled a little differently, but we'll go with that. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes, McCormick's, the makers of Old Bay and one of the biggest, I guess, one of the biggest spice producers, at least in America. Their cinnamon sugar blend is fucking bullseye perfect. Like you really can't get any better than the McCormick's premixed cinnamon sugar blend, which is specifically made for cinnamon toast. But you can also use it on other desserts if you don't want to use just cinnamon. You put that on all kinds of stuff. Fucking brilliant. Like I used to be able to find it in like the big fucking like I don't know how like almost this big of cinnamon and sugar. But I did have to slow down my consumption of which because again, a little bit of a weight issue. And I have been holding at 190, 198, 199, 198, 199 for the past couple weeks. So I think I've settled in at this current weight level. Hot dogs in a jar? What the fuck? Who's talking about why are we talking about hot dogs in a jar? That only really works if you're making what are they called? Pigs in a blanket? Isn't that where cocktail wieners, they're usually in a can or a jar? 14 stone. Well, if you take 2 of those, you can craft them into an axe head, and then you get like a big axe head, because they're 14.7 pounds a piece of stone. So that would be a large axe head, and then you just need a piece of rag some improvised rope from tree bark and a long tree branch, and you can make yourself a big fucking stone axe. Getting back into the game. You upset Lori about buying hot dogs in a jar. Yeah, I'd be. Well, this is. Y'all gotta remember, this is the place that enjoys mac and cheese in a fucking can. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Like, we tried that live on channel, and it was pretty fucking cardboard flavored. But for some reason, y'all love that shit. Like, mac and cheese in a box over there. God forbid you actually, like, eat some proper fucking mac and cheese. And if you want to go advanced with it, you put some fucking fresh pepper in there, maybe like a teaspoon of hot sauce. Orange mac and cheese, mwah. Spicy mac and cheese is fucking delicious. Love that shit. You can even, if you've never tried this, add some fucking barbecue sauce to that bitch. Try it. Add a little bit. Like, I'm not saying like the whole batch, you know, put some to the side, a couple bites to the side. At that point, you know, you got to proportion it down. A couple drops of barbecue sauce. Mix it up. Try it. Try that shit. Just be prepared to take your pants off. That's all I'm saying. Don't ooh barbecue sauce, Chippy. Try that shit. Just a little bit. Oh, I love putting bacon on fucking mac and cheese. Like I've said before, I get the like real bacon bits, not the TVH or TVP alternative. I keep fucking saying TVH work. Not the TVH imitation stuff, but like real bacon bits is fucking perfect for sandwiches in a pinch. I put it on my baked potatoes. Use it in breakfast sometimes. Like all kinds, like those bacon bits are fucking great for everything. If you want bacon, boom, you got it right there. Boom, bacon, everything. US pants or UK pants? Great. Renegade Atheist, baked little smokies. Basically baked beans, but the beans are replaced with little smokies. We could work with that. That don't sound too bad. We could rock that out. The smoke taste in barbecue sauce is fucking foul. Ah, it's a shame, Chippy. I've actually been trying to find a good spicy barbecue sauce because devil's spit is hard to find for some reason. That's actual brand. A flavor of Famous Dave's, is it? Yeah, Famous Dave's. They're like a restaurant chain, and their devil's spit barbecue sauce is the fucking best barbecue sauce I have had in my entire fucking life. But for some reason, it's getting harder to find at the stores. I mean, I guess they got pissed off because they were selling too much of it or something. And like, you go to most of your like grocery stores, which I know is part of the problem. You go there, and the only spicy barbecue sauce they have is sweet and spicy, spicy and sour, spicy and this, spicy. I'm like, no, fucking spicy and molasses. No, just fucking spicy. Like, shut the fuck up. I shouldn't have to go from sweet and sour to just like hot sauce. Like, I don't want hot sauce. I have plenty of fucking hot sauce. I eat it every goddamn day. But I want some spicy barbecue sauce. And Devil's Spit just happens to be the best fucking flavor I have had before. Like, I've tried to make my own, and it's not bad, but it's not fucking Devil's Spit. It's just hard to find. Then you go on fucking Amazon, and people want like $16 a bottle for it. I'm like, go fuck yourself. Like, I wish the review could just be like, review, 1 star. Why? Price. Go fuck yourself. Like, Jesus Christ. Really good barbecue sauce. Just saying that. And if you go to Buffalo Wild Wings or BW3, some people still call it. All their shit's really good too. Blazing sauce is good. It's very hot sauce for a commercial restaurant. They're usually pretty limited, but this is pretty fucking spicy and it's great. I love getting that shit. The devil's anus. Like, there is devil's anus hot sauce. It's pretty good. I've had it. There, Mr. A Cake. That's kind of an overused one in the hot sauce department, as a matter of fact. But devil's spit, there's only one. So, Famous Dave's, good stuff. Famous Dave's is hot as fuck. Ah, I love Famous Dave's. Dave's Insanity, that's a whole other level of heat. If you can find Dave's Insanity hot sauce, that's some good stuff that'll fuck you up. What is bigger, a buffalo or a Highland cow? I have no idea. I know buffaloes are big, but I know Highland cows are blockheads. Or maybe they're the same thing. Who knows? I feel like they're different though. You like it? You don't think it's that a barbecue? It's couldn't like the devil spit it's called a barbecue sauce. It tastes like a barbecue sauce. Good consistency. A hippo. Well, yeah, a hippo would probably be. I don't know. Is a hippo bigger than a buffalo? I've never actually seen a buffalo. Like I've never gotten good scale in my head. Like I know they're just big. Mr. A Cake dropping them random numbers. I say when you're trying to give out your number, I don't think they mean that. It looks like a piece of pie. Anyway, it's been repeated. Fake smoke flavor makes me gag. Yeah, well, fake smoke flavor is pretty bad. They have liquid smoke. That's something they sell around here. It's like you can add it to a flavor if done very subtly. It's not bad, but it is kind of like you know what you're eating. Like you go, oh, okay, this is liquid smoke. It wasn't actually smoke. See you later, Chris. Have a good night. Yeah, flake smoke. It's like I don't find it to be too bad. I just know that when I'm eating, I know it is liquid smoke. That's the only real problem with it. Top smoke. If we had a buffalo, could the 80 of us eat it all in one sitting? Probably. It may be a slightly extended sitting, but like, I don't eat a lot all at once, but I can nibble all motherfucking day. You know what I'm saying? And in that nibbling, I'm eating like bigger and bigger meals here and there. What is up with my speaking? I think my brain's just breaking. It makes sense. My nervous system is going to shit anyway. I don't know what it is, but it puts you off all barbecue forever. Yeah, I get that. Like you have a bad experience, it's going to do that. Absolutely. Lipid smoke is made from real smoke. They probably say it is. Includes actual carbon ashes. Nice. It depends on how many of us are vegans. Well, that's a good point. I mean, we could always use the vegans for dessert as well. I'm sure there'll be enough flamage left over. Did I miss a 420 by like a really long time? Um, what's left in the bong? Oh yeah, I killed that. Right. Oh, and the bong tonight is a green gelato was in the phone bong tonight. Happy 420 if anyone's still 420 and out there, or have a shot, a drink, a cartwheel, go smack somebody's ass, titties out, as it were. Cheers. Scrufdog, can you, on my behalf, say a big thank you to everyone for welcoming me back into the family? Dropped in to a few streams, but was not strong enough till now to talk. Thank you all to everyone. Hey, no problem. I think everyone heard that. Jim says thanks for a warm welcome back. We get it. Like sometimes life happens and you got to go take care of your business and then you come hang out. It's all good. Just glad you're back. Glad to have you back. Does a fart count as a toast? Probably not, unless it's really good timed. Like if you can do a ding, like if like everyone's got like the glass thing going on, you can be like a ding kind of thing. That would be good. A good follow up sound to it. Nothing wrong with that. Or if actually, what would go good with the a good ting. Like you don't want like if you have a good shears ting, you don't necessarily want a kind of fart. You kind of want to blend the pitch, so you're going to want a squeaker.
Like a good. Like
You know, you've all heard that fart too. It just fades out with that high ass pitch. Like that's a good one to do after a good glass ting. Just throwing out that random advice for you. You want to kind of match the background noise so that it blends but still stands out. That's all I'm saying. So you got to learn to tune your ass, which, like, I am fully aware. Now, we're not talking about queefs, Rob. Like, I'm fully aware that some of us know how to tune our farts, at least to some degree. I can kind of tune my farts depending on the fart, obviously. Like, if you got the right fart, you can kind of tune it a little bit. We all got to work on that. Tune that thing. Tune your instrument. Practice. Eat gassy stuff. Eat lots of broccoli. Get some Brussels sprouts in there. I know it's tough, but we're talking about basic training here. You got to have some toughness in there. Broccoli, Brussels sprouts, lots of cheese. Eat some pizza. Good dairy stuff. Beans, obviously, lots of beans. And do your basic training. Tune your butthole. Tune your butt cheeks. Give yourself a voice for the world. There it is, folks. There it is. This is the new voice of the world. Tuning our butt cheeks. Let's start the movement now. Mr. Phil says, I do love a good whistler fart. They are good. I do prefer the higher pitched ones as to the low floppy ones. They have more of a charm to them than just a big gas dump, as it were. We talk about some fucked up shit on this channel sometime. Port size versus enclosure size. There you go. See, this is where I'm kind of getting at. I used to have to tune speaker boxes. Vera knows exactly what's going on. And frequencies do count with farts. Like I said, if it's super low, super high, you're talking about different frequency, different vibration levels by like a fair amount. You got to tune it. But yeah, I used to actually have a couple different farts on my ringtones. That would work out great. People like, I'd be like, what? I had something to eat last night, and then you pick up your phone, like, oh, burr, burr. Trumpet ass loud and proud, says Redneck. No, I'm not saying that you shouldn't do a nice big cheesy blaster every once in a while, by all means. But sometimes it is nice to tune it to the atmosphere for the more subtle, the more avant-garde humor, fart humor, the more high-end fart humor. You tune it with the background to blend it in, as opposed to just blowing someone's farting so bad that you blow the seat out of your chair and the guy behind you hits the wall. That's a different kind of humor. Definitely a place and time for that. Sometimes you need the more prim and proper fart to blend in. Or sometimes you just need a silent one and just get the hell out of there. Drop that grenade and fucking run. Should have did that at work at one time. There's a point in my life where you should never waste a boner or trust a fart, says Electron Box. Sage words, sage words. Don't know that I'm going to make that the channel motto, but good words. Good words. Silent and violent, says Jacques Attack. Yeah, that was definitely that day at Salvo's, yes. The best farts are the ones that get trapped, that have a 500 millisecond delay, then they escape vertically out of the chimney. You mean the ones that ride the crack up the back of your ass? Yeah, I get those every once in a while. I call those high farts because they pop out of your jeans and they pop out of your belt instead of your butt. Yeah, it's a high fart. The old ass cheek roller. And of course, on the rare occasion, well, for me, I take a bath a year. I shower daily, but I take like a bath a year just to like relax. And it's always nice to try and time bathroom farts as well. Dave Batu says, I've tuned my farts so that they're at the same pitch as the first note of Puppet on a String by Sandy Shaw. That is good talent. You should expand on that. See if you can at least carry it like the first, carry some notes, carry a tune with that. Obviously, that would require a higher fiber and bean diet. But you sounds like you have a very strong base to build on, and you should not waste that talent. See, Rob knows the song. Rob's all about it. Rob can help you out. How the fuck did we get to this, to tuning farts? I have no idea. This channel's weird. Why do you watch this again? Who is this asshole? Oh, shit. Yeah, we are going to start wrapping it up soon, though. I think we'll give it another 5 minutes. We'll bounce out of here at 7:45 for me. Hey, the clock's actually working. That's pretty good. I haven't reset it in a while. You got to go in there and clear the cache every once in a while. Even though I tell it to clear the cache every time it starts, you still have to fucking clear it every once in a while. We have found the gutter level, says Electron Box. Nah, I'm pretty sure we've gone lower than this. But now we are close. I'm not saying we're not like, we're not on the ladder. We're definitely on the stairs there near the bottom. But yeah. Redneck Atheist, the best fart ever is the one where you're stuck in the middle of the back seat of a car. Oh, yeah, those are nice. When you're stuck in a car, especially in the winter when the heat's on, so it propagates the shit out of it, especially if the heat and recirc is on. Oh, yeah, beefing in the middle. You ain't hiding it. Everyone knows. They felt it. They know that the seat just got warmer. They know what's up. So you just got to roll with it. Just be like innocent as shit. Like you have no idea what happened. Did you not see last week when we were talking about porn? Yeah, didn't we? I think we touched on porn tonight too. Yeah, I think so. As far as someone walks by in a store, the draft pulls it with them to the next aisle. Yeah. You were at ankle level, not quite gutter level, says MK. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Spaceships, farts, yeah, it's all the same science. It all deals with science, Zap Sparky. That's that all works. That works. Get back to the Red Dwarf episodes. Yeah, we haven't watched Red Dwarf in a while on movie night either. What the hell did I say we were going to try watching Friday? The Boys. Someone will have to remind me of that. How much stream is left? About 3 minutes. Like I have there, Mr. Hack for Never. My streams are just kind of random lengths. We just kind of go with it for a while. Try to go usually 3 to 4 hours for the live stream. For the Chitty Chatty Saturday stream, game streams usually 4 or 5 hours, and Lego streams are usually about 3.5 hours. We got a lot of fucking Legos in here now. That B2 bomber was just a fucking, that was an albatross around our neck. Still gonna finish it eventually, but now we actually can like get on to like cool stuff now. Rimmer World is my favorite red dwarf, says the Pianoman. Rimmer. Step farts are always funny. Yeah, I've had them a couple times. Step farts are nice. They're usually pretty good when added properly into movies as well, but that's kind of how we do. Big Toe is going to go walk the dog. Arf, arf. Give him a good scritchy scratchy for us, if you would. Please. Yes, Legion is good. Legion is, we are Legion. Legion are we? Anything I've seen now the boys is where the guy is talking to a woman and she turns to pink mist. Okay. No, I just know he's always got a big goofy smile. And apparently he had a tremendous fucking splooge. Maybe that's what the pink mist was. I don't know. What's up, Trouble? What up, Trouble? You're just in time for us to get ready to end the stream in a couple minutes. Well, that sucks. But hey, we'll be back next week. We'll be back tomorrow with Scum, the video game, and we'll be back Wednesday working on the Johnny 5 RC robots. RC Lego robots. Oh, I'm getting ready to order some dedicated lithium-ion AA batteries for Johnny 5, and I'm getting the ones that do not have the charge built into it. They have protection built into the AA, but the charger isn't built into it, so they're a little bit better on the capacity. So they come with an external charger, even though I already have external chargers for lithium ions, but that's cool. We'll have a whole dedicated set for just Johnny 5. But our girl can't deal with us too much because we're too weird there, Chipmunk. I get that. That's fine. We are an interesting bunch, as it were, and I know I'm not necessarily a weirdo, but I'm definitely weird. Spot weld battery packs for medical equipment, says Garbled. That's useful. If you're pink, you're doing it wrong. Yeah, that is time. That is true. That is true. Wow, it's almost time for cinnamon toast. Holy shit. All right. Speaking of which, I'm gonna do that. Then I'm gonna get Scum fired up. Play that for a little while. Get the thumbnail up like before I play. And then I'll see some of you tomorrow, some of you Wednesday, and a bunch more of you on Saturday. So, yes, normal is very overrated, Trouble, and half the time normal isn't all that normal anymore anyway. So, that being said, appreciate everybody hanging out. Be groovy to each other, and I will see you next time. And yeah, had a good night tonight. Good chats with everybody. Good night. Good night tonight. So I'll see y'all next time. And I am out of here in 5, 4, 3, 2,